Good morning, everyone. I really appreciate everyone showing up early this morning for this meeting. Sharon, I especially appreciate you as you're not typically included in the classroom meetings. Sorry that I'm heavy breathing. I am just... Anyway, first thing I want to touch base on is me and Lauren will be heading into maternity leave coming in the next, month and a half, is it? And then also, I don't mean to interrupt, but my maternity leave, I believe, starts 2 weeks after you leave, so... No. Your maternity leave starts the same time as mine does. However long you need, that's covered. Which is kind of what I'm getting into now. You just let me finish my sentence, Lauren. Pregnancy brain. You and me are going to be replaced. So I have a friend of mine who is very seasoned, well professional, who's going to be taking my place, and then I have a few people coming in to begin working here. And I say a few because last week there was an incident in the infant room. Things, just multiple people were let go. It needed a refresh. So there's one person left in there. It's Annalise. And you guys, anyone want to step up to the plate and help me with the infant room today? Because there's plenty of you. They're not going to start till Monday. So, and I mean next Monday, considering today is Monday. So for this week, I'm going to need 2 of you guys in the infant room. So, safe to assume that I am not included in this. The infant room, I mean. Yes, Sharon, I'll get to why you're included in this meeting in just a second, but no, I do not expect you to leave your position. You stay up at the front counter. You do wonderful at that. Lauren, possibly you want a little bit of practice before little one comes, or Reagan, Cece? Yeah, I will, I'll go in the infant room for the week, for sure. Maybe Heather? I'd love to. I would love to. Perfect, okay. That's really, I appreciate you guys stepping up. Thank you. So you guys just head on over there. I don't know if Annalise is in there yet, but she'll be in there in just a second. And then once Lauren goes on maternity leave, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I'm just going to be looking into some people. And we also have 3 available spots. So Sharon, I'm going to need you to, I guess, go on the wait list, and whoever's been on it the longest. I prefer a family of multiple, but if you have to do 3 families with one singular, there are 3 open spots available because of the prior situation. So if you could just handle that, you guys handle this, you handle the infant room, I'll be in my office, everything goes smoothly. Isn't that always the plan? About the maternity leave though, so what date would that be exactly? Everyone doesn't need to be bored with all the details of this. If you want to talk about it, come follow me back to the office. And Heather, you just go gather your things, and then I guess when Lauren comes back, the 2 of you can go together to the infant room. Unless you feel comfortable going on your own. I just know that you haven't exactly been in there yet, but whatever you want to do. You can either wait for Lauren, or whatever the case. Lauren, you're coming back to the office with me, I'm assuming? Sure, yeah. Alright, so what exactly do you want to know? Well, I was just under the impression that I was leaving 2 weeks. I mean, I allotted out the time, so now if we're adding 2 weeks before, I'm just concerned about, there's nothing to be concerned about. There's no special treatment. Just because I'm the boss, I don't get a longer maternity leave. You get the same amount of maternity leave that I need. If you feel that you want to cut it short, you go ahead and do that. If you need the extended time, the full time that it was supposed to be with the additional 2 weeks, then that's fine as well. There's just no, it is what it is. It's just, that's how it's going to be. Okay, I really appreciate it, but I never thought that it wasn't, fair or was fair. I never considered it you just were earlier than me, so my due date being sooner than yours is irrelevant. It's the same. Everything's the same. It's all the same. It's fair. Fair is fair, and plus the baby moon. Well, again, I appreciate fair's baby moon. Yes. It's on the 22nd. Baby moon, I'm 22nd, I don't... Just have your stuff packed and be ready. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Wait, is this something Jerry set up and had you? No. Wait, I thought baby moons were maybe I'm wrong. I thought that they were for couples who were... It is! But Bill asked me to go and plan this thing, blah, 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 blah. I went and I did it. I did what I was told. I did what I was supposed to do. I picked all the things, the embellishments, wonderful. He can't get off work. He can't get off work, and I'm not going by myself. And you're also with child, so you're coming with me. Aww. Stop, I'm gonna cry. That's so sweet. Thank you for thinking of me and including me and wanting me to be a part. I mean, like, that's so special that she thought. Stop. No, we're not getting all sappy. Nope. We're at work. We're working. Okay. Okay, you can go now. Go do the infant. Shut the door behind you. Okay, you ready to go, Heather? Okay, wait, before you go, what was that about? Why did she want to take you in the office to discuss maternity leave? I mean, she already said that you were leaving at the same time as her, so what's the big secret? Oh, no, it's not that it's like a secret or anything. It's just, I don't think she wanted to discuss it in front of everyone, because it's quite boring, honestly. It's just maternity leave, so. Oh, seemed like it was something more exciting than that, but alright, have fun in the infant room. I hope I will. Come on, Heather. Right behind you. I hope Annalise is nice. Nobody's as nice as you girls, though. Good luck. Do you think Annalise will be nice? I guess there's only one way to find out, huh? I mean, I've never personally met her. I think she's pretty new, but even if she wasn't, the infant side kind of stays separate from the toddler section just because of this whole outside walkway and play area. It's just easier to have it all kind of separated. So there's, I mean, obviously in passing you'll see each other, but there's not really reason to have conversation unless you need to. So I'm sure I've seen her, maybe, but I don't think I've ever spoken to her. Gotcha. I'm excited about this. A little nervous, but here we are. Indeed we are. Hi, I'm Annalise. It's nice to meet the two of you. I assume you both are coming from the toddler room. Yes, I'm Lauren, and this is Heather. Lovely. Lauren, Heather, it's nice to meet the two of you. How far along are you? Oh, I'm just a few months along now. Cute. Do you know what you're having? We're actually waiting till he or she comes. Understandable. If you could please put the booties on before you come inside, I would appreciate it. Little ones will be here any minute now. Booties. Yeah, it's just since the babies are on the floor, you know. Be safe. It's protocol. Yeah, no, we know. I was just explaining to her because she's never been in the infant room before, so this is all kind of new to her. Have you worked with babies in any capacity? Well, I consider the toddlers to be babies, but I understand what you're saying. The babies. I'm a mom, so I'm really not worried about it. I think I've got it. The booties was something that was new to me. I was unaware of, so it caught me a little bit off guard. But as you can see, they're on my feet, and I'm ready to go. Since you haven't been in here before, would you like me to go ahead and just give you a tour together? Well, I mean, I've been in here a time or two, so I know my way pretty around, but I mean, all means, whatever you feel is best. If it's all the same, I'd like to go over it together, so that way I can ensure that we've all gone over the same thing and we're all on the same page. So, here's the warming situation. We've got, obviously, the bottle warmer. If it's breast milk, it's going to need to be warmed up. Formula will come already mixed with the amount that each child gets. They bring in bottles every day. There's only a couple that have the pre-made. Anyway, I'll let you know what to do with those when they get here. This is obviously the matted off area. Okay, this is... Well, nobody takes naps in this area. Everybody wants to take naps in this area, but this is not nap area. Naps only occur in the cribs. Otherwise, we're breaking protocol. Yeah, I remember a while ago they were having them sleep in the swings, but then there was this whole thing where sleeping in the swings is against protocol. So, yeah, we got it. Every baby is going to have a sheet every day that's going to go home with the parents. Every bodily function is to go on this sheet. Everything that's eaten is to go on this sheet. It's just like the toddler room, but it's taken much more serious when it's with the babies. Oh my gosh, this is kind of fun. This reminds me of when my babies were newborns. Remember those little charts the hospital would give you, and you would write down like what time they peed, what time they ate, the last, all of that. I just loved keeping track of that stuff. So this is gonna be great. It's good to know that you enjoy doing paperwork, keeping track of things like that. That'll be handy. Useful. Oh, we've got our first guest. Good morning. Morning, ladies. See you later, little munchkin. All right, you take her, and then here is her formula, and I'll see y'all later. Wait, sir. She's breastfed, no? No, if she was breastfed, then my wife would have to carry her around all day. She couldn't even be here. She's always had from a bottle. I'm aware of the bottle, obviously. However, I know that she is on breast milk. No? I brought her formula. Don't you just... You feed her. I bring the food in. You feed her what I bring. I'm not sure why you're even asking me. She's drinking formula. Normally, I wouldn't say a word. However, I have spoken to your wife on multiple occasions about her breastfeeding journey, and she very adamantly does not want her daughter on formula as of right now because she'd really like to pursue this. As far as I know, I just want to ensure that this is not a mistake. I brought in her food. She's got formula. Feed her the formula. Do you do this to moms when they come in? But it's just because I'm a dad. I got stupid written on my forehead. My daughter can drink formula. It's made for babies. She's a baby, so it's fine. It has nothing to do with the fact that you're a dad. It has everything to do with the fact of what I've just said. That your wife has told me how she felt about her journey. Again, her journey with... Everyone is so sappy about this. A journey? It's not... It's milk. Feeding the baby. Whether it comes from a... Just feed her what I bring her. I am in no way trying to argue with you about your choices as a parent and whether you choose to... However you choose to feed your child is great. I'm just trying to look out for your wife. As long as she knows, that's fine. But she does know. Yes, she knows. I never thought I'd get all this griping over me. I'm here on time. I've got her food. She's trained. She's clean. And you're sitting here. You're griping. Can I go to work? I'm gonna be late at this point because you want. There are people who don't even feed their kid, and you're here, you're griping at me because I'm feeding my daughter. The bottle's not warm enough. It's not measured out correctly. Alright, can one of you hold her, please? I need to go up to the front desk and give the mother a phone call. Do you really think that's necessary, though? I mean, is what necessary? Well, calling the mom, because since the dad's the one that brought her in, and... Well, in the toddler room, for instance, if a parent brought in something for the child to eat, and that was what the child was brought by the parent, that's what we would feed them. And then if there was any discrepancy between the two parents, we'd kind of let them figure it out between the two of them, because someone did bring, he did bring formula, so, and she does have bottles, so it's like, maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like maybe we don't bother the mom at work, because she obviously sent the dad to do the drop-off, or she's busy doing something else. I don't know. Yeah, but what if she's never had any formula, like, ever? Exactly. Could be any of the different scenarios, but what I do know is I have witnessed the two of them pick up together before, and he's very... rolls his eyes when she talks about breastfeeding. And he doesn't seem to respect it in any regard. So I just want to make sure that the mother is on the same page about giving formula. I have nothing against formula. Fed is best. Of course, we all know this. But I don't want to have an upset stomach on my hands if her stomach is used to eating a specific particular diet and now it is just being abruptly switched. So if you guys, if you could watch, I could go give the phone call. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll take her. Go ahead. I'll be back in just a moment. Morning, Sharon. Morning, Annalise. Did you need something from me? No, I can get it myself. I have to call one of the baby's parents because I just wish parents would communicate with each other before making decisions and bringing their baby here willy-nilly. Anyway, everything's fine. You're fine. I got it. Hello. Yes, this is your daughter's daycare calling. It's Annalise. Yeah, I just wanted to double check with you and make sure that the formula that was brought in for her this morning is, go ahead, safe to use. No, she shouldn't even have formula. Yes, ma'am. Your husband brought in a box of formula for her and a couple of bottles as well. Are you kidding me? God, he never listens. I have so many bottles of breast milk, so many frozen bags of breast milk. This is ridiculous. I'll be there in a minute. I knew it. I knew it. Sharon, in a moment, an angry mother's going to be coming through with breast milk. Just send her through the infant room. I'm sure you've seen her before, but I was right. Formula was not supposed to be sent with the baby, but clueless dad sent it anyway. Or maybe not so clueless, I don't know. It's just like I expected. Mom is mad. Very, and she'll be here in a moment with her breast milk. Let's not give her any bottles of formula. Oh my gosh, okay, yeah. I'm so glad you called. My goodness, lesson learned. It's one of those things you wouldn't know unless you know. Go ahead, give me. So, just learning is beneficial. Once you know, you'll never forget. Different babies have different effects to different types of breast milk, different types of formula. It's a lot. You'll learn as you go along, but one thing to always have as a rule of thumb is always, always respect the mother's decision, and especially if you know there's a route she's wanting to be taking, make sure that that's respected. Yeah, of course. Wait, she's never ever had anything besides breast milk? Are we sure? I do not believe so. I believe she's only had breast milk, which is why the mom is so upset, but I did not specifically ask. So, Lauren, are you intending to breastfeed your child? Yeah, that's the hope. That's the hope for sure. If not, then I'll formula feed. It's not a big deal to me, but now that I'm learning about stomach issues and things like that, or different reactions, I'll just, I guess, need to play it by ear. Okay. I know a wonderful lactation nurse if you need any when the time comes, but playing it by ear, I think, is the safest route. Good morning. Good morning. Here we are. Sweet girl. And then in here, she's just got some, a few different frozen bags of breast milks, and then there's one bottle in here, if you just look. I see we've got a little one already. So there you go. And then I'll just sign her in. Now, she does drink breast milk, right? I'm sorry? Oh, we just had a dad come in who gave us formula instead of breast milk, and the baby was supposed to be on breast milk. It was just this whole big thing. It's just a joke. What a mess. You'd think the dad would be on the same page as the mom? No? Ooh. Well, thanks. If you think I'm a mess, you could just say that to me. I was not talking about, yeah, she was talking about somebody. She was talking about me. You were all talking about me. And I think that that's really weird, honestly, that you guys gave me a call, which seemed to be a courtesy, but then, I mean, Annalise, I deeply, deeply apologize. These girls should not have been discussing a single thing as I made the phone call to you, and obviously they were aware of the situation at hand, but I assure you our call was nothing but best intentions, and any discussions they were having, I hope, were with that intention as well. Well, it doesn't seem like it, okay? It seems like weird, mean, cliquey girl behavior, and you don't need to understand what's going on in my relationship. You don't need to understand why he doesn't understand why breastfeeding is important to me. It's none of your business, okay? It's none of any of your business. Where's my daughter? I'm really, really sorry. I didn't mean to be Please, I'm messy. I get it. All right, it's great. Thank you. Where's my daughter? I've just laid her down for her nap. Come, she's just around the corner. See? Okay. She's fine. Everything is fine. She's going to be certainly grateful when she wakes up and finds that she has her breast milk waiting here, which is why I called you, as I know it is important to you. Okay, please just leave the breast milk with us. I'm sorry for any circumstances that I'm sorry. I'm sorry that they were discussing this. They should not have been discussing this with another. I'm sorry. There's nothing else really I can say besides I am sorry. You should be sorry. It's not very nice to walk in here after being called that he brought in formula. I've told him so many times to not give her formula. There's nothing wrong with formula, but I have this fear that once she has it, that she's not going to be interested in even trying to breastfeed anymore. And as of right now, she's getting enough, more than enough. So I don't understand what the fixation is with her needing formula. I'm doing okay. It makes me feel like I'm not doing enough. He's not satisfied with it because he can't physically make the bottles, and I don't like the way he shakes. Don't shake the breast milk, you have to stir it. Your feelings are completely valid. Okay, and your journey is very important, and that's why I called you, because I knew that it was important to you, and I'm not one to judge, but I've seen that he does not seem to take as much importance to it as I see that you do. It's respected here, and whatever you say will always be what we follow here, if that gives you any peace of mind. I am very, very sorry that you're having such a difficult time with this, with him, but maybe these are things that you can explain to him a little bit further in the hopes that he would understand. Yeah. Thank you anyway for calling. Not a problem at all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Why on God's green earth would you be discussing another parent to another parent? I'm really sorry. I didn't really think about it. I just I think it was just because I had anxiety, and I tend to speak too much, or I tend to to fill the awkward space. I'm sorry. I should not have said anything, and in the future I definitely will not again. You are absolutely right that it will not be happening again. I take the care of these mothers very seriously, and that is not how I want a mother to leave this daycare. I have half a mind to have you removed from my classroom, so let's not ever have it happen again. No, please, I can assure you it's not going to happen again. Lesson learned, I've never felt so awkward and uncomfortable in my life. I never intended for her to feel that way. I don't know why I said it, but I shouldn't have, and I know that now. You're making that face as if though I'm overreacting, Heather? Oh, no, I just think that obviously it was a mistake. I didn't think that she meant to make the mom feel any type of way. I just thought maybe it was a little harsh to threaten to kick her out of the classroom based on one mistake. So, I'm glad you viewed it as harsh. It should be harsh. And this is something I take incredibly serious. Not only are we responsible for the livelihood of these children, but we're also responsible for building a relationship with the parents of these children. And sometimes that means a parent is struggling a little bit and may need some assistance from our staff. Whatever that means. Support today, obviously calling that mother, helped her along her journey, but how horrible do you think she felt after coming in here to save and help her child, to only hear her being talked crap about by complete strangers? It's serious. Take it seriously and let it not happen again. I can assure you it will not happen again. No, I get what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. Good. Glad that we're all on the same page now. I don't ever want to have this conversation again. In fact, I will not ever have this conversation again. Good morning. Good morning. Here's my sweet Isabella. I like to get out of y'all's hair as quickly as possible. I know you are all very busy ladies, and I so appreciate what you do. So I will sign her out. You've got her. Everything she needs is with her. Okay. Bye, Bella. God, if only all the parents were that easy to just come and leave so quickly. Lauren, what did we just speak about? Huh? Do not me. What did we just talk about? Not 2 minutes later and you're doing the exact same thing? I'm sorry, I'm not following. Wait. You're saying because of the comment that I just made about... Yes, after what was just discussed. No, you just made a comment in front of another mother and talked about how you understood how that made her feel. And yet, now, 2 minutes later, you're doing the exact same thing. I'm sorry, there was no mom here. I made sure that nobody was here before I started talking. I don't think that it's the same thing. You checking for a parent before making a remark shows that you hesitated. Shows that you had the opportunity to think beforehand and choose to not speak at all. If you don't see how this is a big deal and exactly the same thing that we just discussed, then we have a huge problem here. I'm sorry. I can understand where you are coming from, for sure. That it is similar, but what you had just gotten upset with me about and valid for was that I was talking about a mom in front of a mom. But no mom was here this time. So similar, sure, but not the same. The fact that I'm needing to make this any more clear is beyond me. There is no reason for you to be discussing any of the parents with any chance that there's a possibility that they are standing in the room, that they are within earshot, anything to that capacity, because as I'm saying this, there is someone walking into the classroom. You wouldn't know that because your back was turned to the door. as it was when you said what you said, when you insist that there was no parent to hear. Good morning. I'm not off to a good start. Yes, ma'am, go ahead and sign on in. Can one of you two ladies please come and help me with this? Take the baby off of the mom's hands, please. Good morning. Aren't you just the cutest little thing? Have a great rest of your day, ma'am. Lauren, can you please take... Thank you. Okay. Will the two of you be okay for just a moment while I go and take care of something? I'm sure we can handle it just fine. Right, Heather? I've got this. Great. I'll be back in a moment. Who is knocking like that? Come in. We need to talk. Annalise, I was not expecting you at the door. Okay, come in. What do we need to talk about? I cannot work with Lauren. Okay. I have a lot of patience and I have a lot of tolerance for a lot of things, but she is just a gossip and I can't have it in my classroom. Lauren is... What is she gossiping about? The first time or the second time? The first time it was talking to a parent about another parent when the other parent was standing behind her. And then when I told her that that was inappropriate and wouldn't be happening in the classroom, she then turned around and made another comment not 2 minutes later about how she wished all parents were as easy as the other parent. Okay, so the first one, she was talking about a parent, and that parent who she was talking about overheard her talking to another parent about them. Yes. Okay, obviously I understand why that one would have been wrong. I understand that. I would have said something too. Obviously you said something to her and then you're saying she did it again, but I'm not understanding how the situation is the same because you're saying after the parent left, she said to you guys that she wished all parents were that easy? Yes. Okay, I'm not understanding what's wrong with the second circumstance. I feel like we all kind of vent to one another, especially if there's not a parent around. No? How do you not see the issue? She didn't see the issue either. It is very similar, especially when I had just got done explaining to her to not discuss things about parents if parents can be within earshot. How does she know there wasn't another parent in the classroom to hear her say she wished they were all so easy? Okay, to me personally, the circumstances don't seem to be the same. One seems like she was gossiping, and one seems to be kind of like a venting situation, which, again, we kind of all need to vent to survive here. So, I'm not taking her out of the classroom. Sorry. Why not? I have no problem with Heather at all. She seems moldable, at least. But Lauren, and she's even being weird about her pregnancy. I just feel like the vibes entirely are off, and I need someone in my classroom who is going to vibe energetically with me and understand their role in the classroom, understand that we're not talking and gossiping in the classroom, that the babies and the mothers are both our priority. I feel like as if though she is just used to standing in the toddler room and gossiping, and maybe that's where she should just go back. I can't explain someone being so weird about her pregnancy. Okay, I don't think that the toddler room is standing around and just gossiping with one another. I think that they have a lot on their hands, just like you guys have a lot on your hands. It's new territory and new background. She's obviously friends with the girls in that classroom, and this is new for her. So I think we just move forward with the best intentions. What do you mean she's being weird about her pregnancy? Well, I just asked her simple questions about the pregnancy, and she was very, I don't know, weird about it. It's fine. It's none of my business, obviously. If she doesn't want to share, she doesn't have to. But I was just trying to, like you said, she was friends with the other girls in the classroom, so I would hope that we could all be friends in this classroom. However, it's not meshing well, to say the least. Is there another girl from the toddler room you could possibly switch her out with? Okay, well, I don't know what you asked her, obviously, but she doesn't have to tell you anything she doesn't want to tell you. And as much as you want her to be friends, she doesn't have to be your friend to work together. I hope that you guys can all find a way to get along. I am not switching anyone from any classrooms. I have everything set the way that I want it right now. If in the future I'm seeing something different where I feel like I need to switch them, I will do something like that. But as of right now, I think it's just a little bit of relationships. We need to learn to just mesh together. You're saying it's not meshing. Make it mesh. You can't make something mesh that doesn't mesh. So I would think switch the scenario around and maybe it will mesh. Annalise, make it mesh. I just really think that it's in the best interest of everyone. Make it mesh! Make it mesh! Get out of my office. She doesn't like to be rocked like that. Give her to me. Sorry, I didn't know. These are things you're going to need to learn to be a mother. You rock with the baby, not just... You rock with the baby. A little bounce in your step, even. It's okay to get a little exercise. Got it. I will be taking notes. Thank you, Annalise. One thing I've learned along the way is, like, every baby kind of likes to be rocked in their own way. Some, like, really rocking, kind of swaying. Like, my niece likes to be rocked totally different than my baby does. I've heard people refer to things as being done different ways, when in my opinion, there's really a right and a wrong. Not really a gray area like everyone likes to see. So, this is the way you should be rocking all of the babies in my classroom. With your niece. Understood. Let's do it. That's fine. What I'd like is for you, Lauren, to be up here assisting parents with their sign-in process, and then Heather, you go ahead and take the babies off of the mother's hands if I am not available to do so. Sometimes I'm in the middle of putting someone down or multiple people down, okay? I need you guys on deck. That's the station I'd like you both to be at. Understood? Awesome, yeah, as long as everything is within earshot, like where I can reach you to know like somebody's name, for instance, just because I'm not super familiar with all of that yet. I'm great at signing people in and out. The parents obviously know the children's names, dear. Right, yeah. Of course. Well, this baby is sitting on my bladder, so if everything's okay for a second, I'm gonna go take a little trip to the little girl's room. I just said how I needed you at the station. Up front. No, I got that, and I'm perfectly fine with that, as I just said, but I do need to go to the bathroom, so can't really withhold me from going to the bathroom, especially when I have a human growing sitting on my bladder. I have to go to the bathroom, so there's no one here right now. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom really quick. Wasn't really a question, more of like, I'll be right back type of vibe. Well, I don't get to just take a break every time I need to go to the bathroom. We have designated break times, which we all take at designated times. There could be a parent coming in at any second that would need you to be there. We're obviously understaffed, which is why you're in here. Okay, this is something that I personally get really upset about. I need to go to the bathroom, and I would really like to go to the bathroom. I've actually stopped working here before because someone tried to inhibit me from going to the bathroom, so if you could just let me go to the bathroom, we won't have any issues. I will be right back, and I will gladly do whatever position you want me to do. Let me tell you something. I know that this is just not going to work out. Whatever time that you're gone from your bathroom break will be taken away from your actual break time. Heather's and I's will be left as it should, because neither of us are going to run to the bathroom at any given moment. Right, Heather? I mean, yeah, but we're not pregnant. She is. I remember when I was pregnant, when my baby would be bouncing on my bladder, I'd be like, I'm gonna pee my pants right this second if I don't go to the bathroom. Get it. Okay. God, this is ridiculous. The fact that you're even threatening me, that you get very angry about this. What do you need to just go? I'll discuss this with Debbie later, in addition to what we've already discussed. What you've already discussed? What is that? About me? Hello? You can just shrug me off. If there's something that you need to say to me, you can say it to me. Did you run and tell Debbie on me or something? That's for me to know, and for you to find out, or not. If you went and told, what did you even tell Debbie? What did you even say to her? Because I said something about another parent? Do you really need to know? Or do you need to go to the bathroom so badly? I'm not doing this. I will be right back. All this drama for nothing. I understand that the two of you come from a classroom together, so you obviously want to act like your opinion is the same as hers, but when there's something that's so obvious as how to rock a baby, I mean, you can speak for yourself, you know. It's crazy that you're telling me to speak up for myself, because, I mean, my whole life, I've always been told, be quiet. I'll bet. Good morning. Get the bathroom. Come in. Hi. Hate to be bothering you, but I need to talk. I'm gonna shut this door. Yeah, go ahead. Close the door. I thought that you were Annalise coming back in here to... Anyway, you wanted to talk about the maternity leave, I'm assuming? Actually, I need to talk to you about Annalise. Oh, well, that's wonderful, because she came in here to talk about you, and I want no part in any drama at all. I want you guys to just get along and make it work, because I need you in that classroom. I think it's good for not only you, but for the benefit of the daycare. Well, I don't know what she came in here and said to you, but what I do know is she has had an issue with me since the moment that I walked in the door. I said something about a parent, which, sure, was out of line, but I was just a little bit nervous. I had a little bit of anxiety. Everybody makes mistakes. Fine. She called me out on it in a very stern way, threatened to kick me out of the classroom for one mistake. Okay, when Heather chimed in and tried to say, like, hey, that was a little harsh, she then went at Heather, so now it's awkward for both of us. And then you said something about how you wish that all parents were that easy. I know. She came in here and she told me. And I told her that while the first scenario was something that to be griped about, and obviously she was more stern with you than she let on to me, but the second scenario, I told her that she was overreacting, and it wasn't grounds for her to be upset about. So if that's what you're in here to talk about, I already told her she was overreacting. That makes sense, because she came in back to the classroom after obviously talking to you and had even more of an attitude with me because she didn't get her way. Now she's not letting me go to the bathroom. I mean, not letting you go to the bathroom. I told her I needed to go to the bathroom because my baby was sitting on my bladder, and she told me that I needed to sit at the front station. And I told her that I needed to go to the bathroom, that she couldn't withhold it from me to go to the bathroom, that this was actually a scenario that I've had an issue with at this daycare before, and something that actually triggers and upsets me, and if I want to go to the bathroom, I shouldn't have to beg and ask and plead to go to the bathroom. Just let me go to the bathroom. Lauren, I get it. All right, trust me, I remember, okay? She doesn't have any grounds whether to tell you you can or cannot go to the bathroom. That's absurd. Plus, you are pregnant, so you can go to the bathroom as often as you need to. That's from me. Word of my mouth. If she says anything to you again, you tell her what I have told you. Okay, I will, but if for some reason she doesn't listen or something and I need to come back, I'm not going to sit here and argue with this girl over because she thinks she has some authority over me because she was in this classroom before me. I mean, I've been here long enough to where I can go to the bathroom. I shouldn't have to beg to go to the bathroom. There's none of that because it's not going to happen again. She doesn't have any authority over you. She is not your boss. I am. Okay? She cannot tell you if you can or cannot go to the bathroom. You are allowed to go to the bathroom as often as you please, if I just said. So, please get back to work. Okay. Thank you. Shut the door on your way out. You better not be a girl, because I don't want it. So she doesn't like her bottle warmed up too much, so I just put it on slightly warmed up. It should be done in just a second if you can grab that for me when it's done. I just want to make it really clear that I've just spoken to Debbie, and she said it's perfectly fine for me to go to the bathroom as often as I please because I am pregnant, and anyone can go to the bathroom when they need to go to the bathroom. You don't have to ask. You just let the other teachers know, as it's always been. You just went to speak to Debbie? I thought that you were going to the bathroom. Well, you ran off to take care of something, and you went to go speak to Debbie, so what's the problem with me going and speaking to Debbie? I mean, she is my sister-in-law. I should be able to speak to her if I want to, but she said that you don't have any authority over me, and I am allowed to go to the bathroom as often as I please, because I am growing a child. So, I'm going to go to the bathroom now. Debbie is your sister-in-law. Makes sense now. Enjoy your bathroom break. She's going to be my sister-in-law, but what is that? That doesn't make anything make sense. Everyone is allowed to go to the bathroom. I'm not, like, getting special treatment or something. Sure you are. I mean, obviously you are. None of us get infinite bathroom breaks, but you go and you run and you tattletale, and so you get your way because your sister-in-law is giving you your way. So, that's fine. Enjoy. I'm not getting special treatment, okay? This is a normal, basic human right, and actually something that I've had to fight for, like I've said to you already, a few months prior. I actually quit my job over this exact same topic when I wasn't even pregnant. So, Everyone should be able to go to the bathroom when they need to go to the bathroom. I don't know why this is like you're trying to make it seem like I'm getting special treatment because she's letting me go to the bathroom, more so because I'm pregnant. I have a baby bouncing on my bladder like it's a freaking trampoline. What? Wouldn't you go to the bathroom? I don't understand. Like, it's not special treatment. I mean, Heather, like I already said, when you have to go, you gotta go, and a baby's bouncing on your bladder. Pfft, I had to pee when I had to pee. I can pick up any slack or anything. That's no problem for me. That's so nice that you're so nice, Heather. It's wonderful. But it is a problem for me. Why is it a problem, Annalise? Well, it would be a problem because if everyone is just going to the bathroom willy-nilly, then we won't have enough hands on deck for when potential parents come in to drop on or pick up or whatever they may need. There are 3 of you in this classroom as of right now, which means you have plenty enough hands on deck compared to what is used to going on. If someone needs to go to the bathroom, there's no issue with that, especially if they are pregnant. With all due respect, if everyone is allowed to go to the bathroom willy-nilly, then what is the point of having breaks? Okay, I'm not going to do this right here in case there are parents that come in, because that is the right mindset to have. However, someone going to the bathroom and just putting in a little extra effort. Anyway, when Lauren comes back from the bathroom, you come join me in my office and I can explain everything to you, just clearly as can be. Again, with all due respect, I don't think anything needs to be explained to me. I think I understand perfectly what's going on. Okay, this is less of a suggestion and more of a requirement now. I'm going to need you to come to my office when Lauren gets back from the bathroom. Okay? I will see you in just a minute. Keep doing your thing, Heather. Nice rocking, baby. Thank you. I'm the one who taught you how to do that. Yeah, I know that. So why wouldn't you say that when she complimented the way that you were rocking the baby? Why wouldn't you say Annalise taught me that? Obviously, I'm in hot water with her and we're supposed to be friends, and you don't defend me to her to say, hey, well, here's something that she did good. You just take credit for it. I really didn't mean to take credit for anything. Sorry, I should have said that you had been the one to tell me that. Sorry, in the future, I will let her know. Well, it's no use now. Oh, good, you're back. Here, take. Where's Debbie? Fittingly enough, you left just in time to go to your bathroom break to not hear her scold me. So now I have to go back to her office to get more of that lecture, because clearly she didn't make it clear enough then. So I'll be back. I hope the 2 of you don't have too much of your hands full while I'm gone. Okay. Am I losing my mind, or like everything I do is wrong? Not just you. She laid into me a second ago because I didn't give her credit for this rocking method to Debbie when she complimented me on my knees. But to be fair, I should have given her credit because this baby likes to be rocked like this. Debbie, I think being in here to further discuss this is a waste of time. Quite frankly, I'd rather get back to my job. Okay, first, whenever someone comes into my office, 9 times out of 10, they're doing a nice knock for me. So let's not barge into my office, please, because this is my private space. Second, I've asked you to come in here. So as of right now, me being your boss, this is your job. Please take a seat so we can discuss things. Shut the door behind you. I just don't think things need to be further discussed, but sure. You are my boss. Or I am. So picking up where we left off out there, you said that you didn't understand the point of breaks if anyone can just go to the bathroom willy-nilly. So the point of breaks is to give people a break from their work. So a bathroom, going to the bathroom, isn't essentially a break, whereas a break, they can go do whatever you want on your business, Now, someone may go to the bathroom while on their break, but going to the bathroom while working is not a huge issue here. We should be able to fill in for one another. Yes, but people like to take advantage, give an inch, take a mile. If we've given unlimited bathroom breaks, what's to stop someone from going to the bathroom every 5 minutes? Okay, no one's going to the bathroom every 5 minutes, Annalise. I mean, we can both agree that that would be pretty excessive. So in that case, something would need to happen, but that is not happening as of right now. Correct? No, but I'm sure Lauren could if she wanted to. Excuse me, but I'm not following why Lauren would have different rules from the rest of you guys. Well, the way you treat family is different from the way that you treat employees, is all that I'm saying. Excuse me? Well, she is your sister-in-law, no. Annalise, I'm not sure what the hell is going on right now where you come into my office and feel that you can give me an attitude and speak to me the way that you're speaking to me right now. I'm trying very much to be patient with you, but I'm getting to the point where I'm not able to anymore, so please, if you could just watch the way that you're speaking to me, I would very much appreciate it. I am your boss in this situation, and I'm really kind of flabbergasted at this entire situation and the fact that I'm even sitting here with you right now because I have never had an issue with you. Ever, Annalise. Well, I'm not sure how asking if your employee is your sister-in-law, which I already know is a fact, is disrespectful to you, but I digress. Obviously, pregnancy makes people very sensitive. I don't think I'm the one with the problem. Do you? Pregnancy makes people sensitive. Do you really think that it is wise of you to be speaking to me in the tone that you are speaking to me and telling me that my actions are because of my pregnancy hormones? Obviously is what you're trying to insinuate here. Do you think that that is wise when I have just cleared out your entire nursery? All but you? I was just asking a question. Yeah, but no, you weren't. Actually, because you are trying to insinuate that I'm giving someone special treatment because they are my sister-in-law or will be my sister-in-law. Yes, Lauren is going to be my sister-in-law at some point, okay? But she's not getting any special treatment compared to a single one of any of you. She is getting exactly what all of you are. Anyone can go to the bathroom as they please when they need to, within reason. As you just stated a few minutes ago, going every 5 minutes to the bathroom is not something that's going to be okay. For anyone, including Lauren. Okay, I understand. I've just let too many years go by of my life where I have let people walk all over me, and so if I feel in my gut that something is unfair or wrong, I'm going to stand up for it. That's fine. You can be cautious in your life, but you need to leave that at the door. When you get an order from me or an instruction from me to make things mesh, that's what you need to be doing, instead of pushing back and trying to create more conflict to make your opinion that she needs to be out of the classroom clearer to me. It's not the way that it's going to work. I want the three of you in that classroom, and I want the three of you to figure out how to make it work. If you continue to push back, it's not going to be Lauren that goes. Well, of course not. You wouldn't fire your sister-in-law. Annalise, what are you not getting? She's not going to be not fired or... If I'm letting someone go in these situations, it's going to be you, because you are the one who seems to be the center of the conflict. Lauren came in here and makes it very clear to me that she doesn't want a problem. She just wants to coexist in the daycare nursery, and somehow there's every turn she turns, you're correcting her or telling her why something isn't right or correct or this or this. She feels like she can't breathe. So why don't you just give her a little bit of space, and that way I don't have to let anyone go. I'm just not sure why her inability to follow directions is being taken out and falling on me. Genuinely, what are you talking about? Nothing's being taken out on you. First of all, you shouldn't be giving her any instructions or orders anyway. You are 3 even team members. There's no one who's above or below the classroom the longest. They have just joined me this morning. Wouldn't that make me in charge of instructing them on how to run the classroom? I mean, I've given them a tour. Obviously, they wouldn't have known how the nursery works if I hadn't have shown them. Okay, I'm not sure why you felt the need to interrupt me to say that, but Lauren shouldn't have needed a tour. As much as I appreciate the fact that you went and gave them a tour, Lauren shouldn't have needed one. She's been in that nursery many times. As far as Heather, yeah, there may be some things that you need to guide her along the way in, but you are not in charge of them. You are not in charge of them. Just because you have been in that classroom longer does not make you in charge of them. You do not get to tell them what to do. You do not get to tell them what they cannot do. I am the boss. I am in charge here. You guys are all employees at the same level. I was under the impression that I was going to be in charge of the girls, but now I'm understanding that that is not the case. So I think that this needs to be explained to the other girls in the classroom as well. Annalise, as I have said before, I am trying to be very, 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 very patient with you. But the tone that you are speaking to me in is as though you are up here and I am down here, and I am really, really not appreciating it. If I need to speak to the girls, that's something that I will decide. I will do, okay? As a matter of fact, why don't I follow you back to the classroom and I'll discuss everything together with everyone. What tone? What tone? What tone? What tone? The tone that you're using. The condescending tone that you're using to speak to me, as if though you are my boss when it's the other way around. I apologize if you think that I was being condescending, but that was never my intention. I don't think you're being condescending, Annalise. I know that you are, and I really don't appreciate it, as I've said to you 3 times now. I don't like the tone, so please, let's let it end there, okay? Let's go together, and let's go speak to the girls, and just please know that you are on thin ice, and to please just tread lightly. I don't intend to do my job differently than I ever have. Oh my god, Annalise. Just, okay, Debbie. Got it, Debbie. Understood. Let's go. Let's go walk together. I'll take her back now. Okay. Lauren, do not hand over that baby. Okay. Why not? She likes when I hold her the best. That's fine. She may love you. You may be her favorite, but the way you just spoke to Lauren was as though she was this big, and I'm not going to have you speaking to each other like that. So if you would like to take the baby from her, you can ask her in a nice, respectful tone and way if you can have the baby back. Are we being serious right now? Obviously, I'm serious, Annalise. Not a single word that we just spoke about penetrate. These are basic manners that we should not have to be going over at all. So, and I've never had an issue with you. So I'm not really sure what's going on here, or if you have a personal issue with Lauren, or what the case is. But I want anything laid out right here, because this is absurd. The fact that I'm having to even lay this out with you and tell you to ask nicely, to ask for the baby. I've never had an issue with you, Annalise. So what is going on? I have no issue with anyone. May I please hold the baby? Yep. Now, was that so difficult? No, I don't think that it was. The reason I even came down here to begin with was to speak to all of you at once, so we're all on the same page. So everybody has the same information. Everyone's allowed to go to the bathroom within reasonable amounts of time. No one is allowed to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes. Everyone gets their allotted break time. That does not include whatever time that they've taken on their bathroom break. No cuts have been taken from anyone's break times. We are to help each other. Be a cohesive team. Meaning, if someone needs to leave, we fill in for that person. Someone needs to step out for a second, we fill in for that person. Whatever the case may be, we fill in. We're there. Supportive. Along that same note of being a cohesive team, we are all equal. No one is above anyone in this classroom. I don't care how long anyone has been in this classroom. Are we all understanding? Oh, personally, thank you for that clarification. I wasn't aware that there wasn't. I thought that maybe Annalise was kind of like higher in the classroom. I'm aware. It seemed Annalise was thinking that as well, which is why we're having this discussion right now. Nobody's above anybody. At all. And no one is to tell anyone what to do. At all. Sounds good to me. Me too. I was hoping when she explained this to you guys, you would understand that there needs to be authority in a classroom. But obviously not. I'm fine with it as well. Okay, you're saying one thing, but acting another, and it doesn't seem that you're fine with it. If there needs to be any authority in this entire daycare, it doesn't need to be in the classroom, but in the daycare itself. I am the authority. I'm fine with it. It's just in my experience, things have worked differently. When someone is an authority, it tends to run smoother, and people actually listen. But it's fine. We don't need any authority in this classroom. That's not what I said. Okay. You want authority so bad in this classroom. Fine. Everybody's going to answer to Heather. She doesn't even know the infant room. This is her second in here. Why would she be the one? I understand that you don't want to put your sister-in-law in the place of authority, because that obviously seems like it's not the best choice. But obviously, the most obvious choice is me. Not so obvious, actually. And the only reason that I wouldn't put Lauren in charge, not that that was my thought process, whether she was my sister-in-law or not my sister-in-law, but because she is pregnant, and I don't want to put that stress on her, as I know what it's like dealing with it myself. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. So, she's going to stay in where she is. Everything's settled. You are going to stay exactly where you are. And Heather, sorry to blindside you like this, but you are going to be in charge. Everyone's going to answer to Heather, and I am going to answer back to Heather whenever I need anything. And I think that you're fully capable of doing this. This is not much different than the toddler room. Everybody checks in, checks out. It's not that different. It's very different. I'm sorry, with all due respect, I don't know how often you're in the nursery, but it's very different than the toddler room. And again, with all due respect, she doesn't even know how to rock a baby. Every rocking motion that she's been doing has been taught by me. So how is she going to be in charge? I can't. Oh, I'm a mom. I know how to rock a baby. You just said that she likes to be rocked like this, and you just happen to be right. So I'm glad to rock a baby however the baby prefers to be rocked. It has nothing to do with anyone teaching anyone. Well, I do appreciate your feedback or input. It is helpful. You didn't teach me how to rock a baby. And I think that I could be just fine being in charge. Of course you are. Fools are eager to lead. Well, then what does that make you? Okay, Annalise, we're not going to be calling other people fools. These are your equals, these are your employees, and should be your friends. Heather, I'm appreciating your spunkiness and the fact that you just let that roll off your back. You were not a fool. And I appreciate you stepping up to the plate. I'm excited to see what you make of this classroom. What she makes of it. You're talking as if though she's going to change the classroom around. Nothing needs to be changed around in the classroom. It runs smoothly and perfectly as it is. Well, I guess any changes would be up to Heather, wouldn't they? You have someone coming in, probably in about 30 minutes. She said she's calling. She just had a little checkup this morning, and she's going to bring her in a little bit late. So, if there's not anything else, Heather, lead the way. Before you left, I really just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity. I definitely will give it my very, very best, and you will not regret putting me in this position. I don't think that I will, Heather. I think that you'll do nice in here. Maybe even permanently. We'll see. But if there's anything that you need, you let me know. I'll be in my office. Okay? Alright, Lauren. I'm sure that you hear the two of them stirring over there in the crib. So let's start getting their bottles ready. And Heather, I think she's due for her nap. You can go ahead and lay her down and help her with the two of them. Actually, I was thinking that the best course of action here would be for you. The best course of action is what I just said. Right, but isn't that kind of all subject to opinion? And Debbie did say that Heather is in charge, so let's listen to what Heather has to say. It is not a matter of opinion, it is a matter of fact. I am the one who knows this classroom better than anyone, and I am the only one. Debbie is never even in this classroom to know what is the best course of action or who should be in charge. Heather could maybe be in charge one day, but that's a conversation for a much, much later time. As of right now, good morning. We have guests. Good morning. Please do as I've asked. You do not listen to her. I mean, she cannot just bark orders at you and expect you to listen to them just because she's walking away and helping a parent. No, you're in charge. You heard it out of Debbie's mouth. You are in charge here, and if she chooses to not listen, I'm not about going and knocking on Debbie's door. I'm not gonna listen to her. To be honest, she's kind of pissing me off. Good, she is me too. Don't be afraid to let her know that. Now, you're in charge. Tell me what to do. Okay, well, you're great with the sheets, and you're great with greetings. What if we had you up at the front, if that's okay with you? Nope, you're not asking if it's okay with me. You're telling me what I need to be doing. Okay, right. Okay, I want you up at the front desk because I think that you're going to do a great job greeting and filling out the daily reports and all sorts of things that have to do with being up at the front for the beginning of the day anyway. Okay, then that's where I'll be. You make the decisions here. Now think about where you want her and don't be afraid to tell her. I'll be right here to back you up. Now, obviously, when I walk over there to be at the front, she's going to possibly combust. So, this is your time to shine. Do not let her intimidate you. Okay, I got this. First I'm going to lay her down. Then you go to the front, but not yet. Let me lay her down first. You do what you want, but don't forget you can tell me to lay her down. Right. Can you please take the baby and put her down for a nap? And I am going to get the bottles ready. Not because she said to, because I want to be a functioning team. And that'll be good. And then, when you're done putting her down for her nap, I need you to go up to the front. Look at you go. I got her. And I will do as you say. Yes, ma'am. Let's get these bottles situated. Warmer on. Yes, you just fill out this paperwork down at the bottom. There's a few signatures for you and your wife. And you just return the paperwork to Sharon up at the front or to Debbie, and they'll get you all squared away. Look forward to seeing you in the next coming weeks. Bye-bye. Okay. Bottles and nap. It's nice to see you ladies doing as you're told. Are you getting sleepy? Actually, Annalise, I think the best course of action for this afternoon anyway, we'll see how it goes, is to have, Lauren's going to be up front, and you're going to be going ahead and taking over the nap situation that she's gone ahead and started already. I'm not sure if you're trying to establish dominance here by giving me orders as if though you are an... Everything is staying as exactly as I said. Lauren was already up front, as I said, because that is the most fitting position for her to be in. However, I will not be taking over nap and diaper duty. That is your position in which you will be filling. I will be overseeing the classroom to ensure that the mothers are spoken to and taken care of and safely ensured that their children are going to be safely taken care of, and ensuring that neither of the two of you screw up in a new environment. Because I don't think I need to remind you in the fact that you have just walked into this classroom. Listen, I think of myself as fun and carefree, and I am. New to this classroom, just walked in, but I was put in the position of authority in this classroom by our boss, both of our boss. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, she had the opportunity to put you in authority, and she chose not to, but to put me in authority. So I know that sometimes that's difficult to pass on the baton of authority when you have deemed yourself the authoritative in the room, but you gotta pass the baton. And as of today, I would really like it if Lauren was up front and you were taking over nap duty that she started. The only reason you don't want to take over nap and diaper duty is because you don't want to have to change the diapers. Oh, actually, I don't mind changing a diaper or two. These ones are probably much easier than the ones that I'm used to. However, as you said, the authoritative person in the classroom is supposed to oversee, ensure the children are safe, that the mothers are taken care of. More so making sure the babies are safe, but the mothers being spoken to is obviously something that was a priority to you, so I'll make sure it's a priority to me. But if diaper changes are not really your vibe, then this may not be your field. Excuse me? Sorry, I was just trying to say that... I know what you were trying to say. I didn't say excuse me because I didn't hear you. I said excuse me because how dare you speak to me like that. I didn't mean any disrespect, honest. Diapers are a big part of this job, obviously, as you know, and you don't seem real eager to want to do it. So if that's not really your vibe, and I saw how well you cared for that mom who came in here and the whole breastfeeding situation with the formula, and that was amazing. You stood up so awesome. So maybe like a midwife or a doula. It's more your vibe. Excuse me, but I have no issue changing diapers or doing any duty that is to my job. I do not need to be a midwife or a doula, and honestly, I find it disrespectful that you're implying that I need to change career paths because I cared about a mother. Again, no disrespect intended. It was kind of an opinion. You know what they say about opinions. Everyone's got one. I didn't mean any disrespect, though. Obviously this is some sort of little misunderstanding, because I was under the impression you didn't really want to change diapers, but obviously, out of your mouth, you have no problem doing it, so that's where I'd like you to be. I said I was perfectly fine doing anything that is in my job description, which obviously but I remember you specifically mentioning diaper changes, which is great news, because again, that means this is all just a big misunderstanding. We can get our work done. Need I remind you, this is your first day in this classroom. No reminder needed, but I am glad to know we are all on the same page. Okay, I did it. Well, I think I did it anyway. Did you hear any of that? Was it good? Was it good? Are you actually joking me right now? Well, it was my first time, but I feel like it was effective. I mean, she walked over and did what I asked her to, I think. It was incredibly effective. You were incredible. That was literally like the most amazing thing to watch. I did not think that something like that was even possible when it came to Annalise. So, hats off to you. I'm gonna go up front, man. Okay. I'm gonna get the bottles ready. This is just ridiculous. She needs a bottle. Yes, Annalise. I'm almost done with them now. Glad we can work as a cohesive team. Here you go. Just doing my job. And you're doing amazing at it. Thank you. I don't need that. I'm sorry? This fake positivity. It's not necessary. I don't need words of affirmation every step of the way that I take. I've got this. You don't like me and I don't like you, and that's been very clear from the get-go. I know how to do my job, though, however. You point me in the direction of what you want me to do, because clearly you've come in here and swept over and taken charge. And I'll listen, because I know how to follow instructions. Oh, if you don't like me, that's perfectly fine. I like you, though. I think you're great. So speak for yourself. But all we need to do is figure out a way to coexist together, and everything will be perfectly fine. We don't need to be the best of buds. But from what I'm hearing from you is that you are a great listener and you're great at following instructions. So as long as I give you the instructions to follow, because yes, I am in charge, even though I just swept on in here, I'm perfectly fine with that. If you don't want my positive words of affirmation, as you would put it, that's perfectly fine. But that is my go-to action, so it's gonna be something for me to hard to cut if that's just me. I'm just a happy person. Yeah, that's literally just kind of how Heather is. From the second we met her, she came into the job and wasn't talking to you. Thank you, though, for your input. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to kind of step up to the position that I've been graciously given, and kind of put it into use. So what you just did with Lauren, not very nice. And as Lauren's just said, I'm a very, very bubbly, nice person. And so if I'm going to be in charge of this classroom, which we heard Debbie, I am, I think we're just going to need to be respectful to each other. We don't have to like each other, but we do need to be more respectful. I wasn't being disrespectful, though. Okay, well, if you didn't think it was disrespectful, I have absolutely no problem explaining to you how I thought that it was. So obviously you were kind of saying something to me, and Lauren interjected, and she didn't interject, she interrupted. Okay, well, you and I were not exactly having a private conversation. Not only that, but we were also having the conversation directly in front of Lauren. Lauren is someone who actually knows me a little bit better than you, so she was able to provide an insight that you may not have. The insight is much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lauren. I was not able to tell for myself that she is happy and bubbly and just so full of cheer. I'm so glad that you're able to get a good read on the situation, because I am bubbly and happy, and I just want this to be a happy environment. Your sarcasm is like top tier. I tell you, along with Dula, comedian, something like that would be right up here for you. For the last time, I'm happy in the position that I am in. I enjoy being in the nursery, taking care of the babies, and ensure that the mothers are being taken care of as well. Amazing. I will quit it with the job suggestions, but I just have to say it's amazing to hear that you want to be a cohesive member of this team. I'm so happy about it. Amazing. I will quit it with the job suggestions, but I just have to say it's amazing to hear that you want to be a cohesive member of this team. It just makes me so happy. This is the best thing I've ever done. She needs a raise. Oh, you must be our last drop-off. Good morning. Well, hello. How are we? Excuse me. Hi, Lauren. I can go ahead and take care of this. Thank you. Hi, how are you doing? How are you feeling? I'm doing great. Thank you guys so much for asking. It's sweet of you both to be asking about me and also taking care of my baby. Of course, I'm actually new in the classroom. I'm Lauren. You know that I've always treated you and your baby as if though you are both a priority, because you are both so important here. I know you hear Lila back there. If you could help her out. Thank you, Lauren. But I'm just so glad to hear that you are doing well. And I mean, you look incredible. Wonderful to hear. I mean, are you breastfeeding? Oh, well, we were trying to at first, but we were just having a little bit of trouble latching, so it's just not something that is working out in the cards for me. But that's okay. He's doing great with the bottles. Well, honey, of course, fed is best, and I'm glad to hear that he's eating, but you shouldn't just give up on that journey just so quickly. There are classes you could take. There are lactation nurses. I actually have one available to me if you need some help. There are shields if you're having some discomfort. Well, I appreciate that, Annalise. You're always so kind. But I really do feel firm in my decision. We're doing wonderful. It's given the ability to allow, like, my sister to hold my baby and bond and give her a bottle. So it's really been wonderful. I feel good about it. Breastfeeding's not for everyone, so I'm sure that information would be super, super helpful to maybe another mom who's really wanting to pursue that journey. And I hear you loud and clear. That's not a journey you choose to be persistent with, obviously, but that's perfectly fine. That's your decision. And again, fed is best, so it's wonderful. If you choose to change your mind, though, and choose to fight for those nutrients that you can't get in formula, then you can go ahead and let me know, and I can get you any help that you may need. Oh, I'm sorry? Well, I didn't mean a single thing by it, dear. It just, some people want to pursue that, and some people don't, and there are just things in breast milk that they just can't make in formula, and that's perfectly fine. There are some certain nutrients that are in formula that you can't get in breast milk, too. It's fine. I'm enjoying this conversation, but I do feel like we're overstepping a boundary to a degree. I mean, my breastfeeding journey, or lack thereof, is really something that I don't feel like we should be discussing, but just so we're on the same page, formula is full of nutrients and all kinds of things. It's literally made to mimic breast milk. I mean, it's 2024, so they've come out with all different types to mimic exactly what breast milk is. So just so we're on the same page, and you're informed when speaking to other mothers who are possibly choosing to just formula feed. Please know that I didn't mean a thing by it. I'm well versed in all of the different choices that you could make as a mother, and as I said before, fed is best. I just wanted to discuss, but I understand I'm overstepping a boundary. I do apologize. Thank you for understanding, Annalise. You're always so kind, like I said. It's just, in the future, I just can't help but think about a mom who, like, had her heart set on breastfeeding and then coming in here, and while you're saying fed is best, it's just kind of giving the breast milk may be superior, and I just can't imagine how disheartening that would be to someone who does have their heart set on that. I mean, I'm personally fine, because I'm fine giving that up and just going along with formula, because it's going great, as I said, but to someone who really had their heart set on that may hurt someone's feelings. So that's really the only reason why I felt the need to put my 2 cents in, but I appreciate you taking a step back. Have a great one. Bye, my love. God, these young mothers are so sensitive. Okay, I'm not really one to just quickly call someone out for something, but you were very quick to jump on me when I said anything about a mother, but you can do it when they don't agree with you? What are you talking about? What you just said about mothers being difficult? Young mothers specifically being difficult? Or sensitive, I think is what you said. See, you yourself aren't even aware of what was said, or if something was even said. How do you know that it was me that was even speaking? It's nothing compared to the situation where you directly spoke in front of a parent. Please. No, actually, it's exactly the same situation. Maybe it's not as the first one, but the second scenario, exactly. I had muttered something about how I wish that all parents were as easy as that parent, which wouldn't have been insulting to anyone within earshot, but you said something against the parent that could have easily hurt you. So it's very similar. I just want you to realize that you called me out for that in 2 seconds, but I'm just not going to sit here while you do the exact same thing that you griped about me doing. That's all. I think it's best that we all just stick to not talking about anyone if anyone is within earshot, because it is just the safest plan. That's what I've always done. That's the plan I've always had in place and what I have always carried out. Amazing. So we're all on the same page then. Everything is not amazing. You're acting as if though this is an idea that you've come up with on your own, when the fact is it is not. You learned it from me and you're taking credit for it, just like you did with the baby rocking. This is my idea and you all know it. Talking about parents is inappropriate no matter how you do it, and that's not what I did. That's exactly what you did, though. No, it is not. Okay, we don't want to be arguing back and forth, guys, about what happened or didn't happen, because that's a little bit pointless, okay? I just want everyone to get along, and that's really just as simple as that. So, without taking anyone's credit or anything like that, let's just move forward, not talking about parents at all. You even saying that is insinuating that I was speaking about parents, so no, everything is not hunky-dory, and I am not okay. Okay, Annalise, I'm not going to sugarcoat things anymore. You did. You were talking about the moms, and I think that we should just all use your idea as a rule of thumb to not talk about the parents. And you want to say that you weren't, you were. We all heard you, and Lauren honestly was fair to call you out because you jumped on her immediately as soon as she talked about parents in the exact same fashion. So, instead of harping on this, let's just move forward and decide that we are no longer going to be talking about parents at all in any capacity if they are a possibility within earshot. For the last time, that is already the plan I had in place. Okay, regardless, whatever plan you had in place, you didn't follow it. You were just talking about a parent, which you, again, got on another coworker for doing the exact same thing. So now we're all having the conversation where we are no longer doing that. Done. We have babies to take care of. We should not be sitting here arguing back and forth like this. I'm only arguing because I am being mistreated. Mistreated? You're not being mistreated. I think, honestly, if anyone's being mistreated in this scenario, it would be Lauren, considering you bulldozed her out of the front desk, which is honestly a conversation that we should be having right now, considering that's also something that you did, instead of backing and forth about something that we are all sure that you did. God, I didn't bulldoze anyone, just like I didn't say anything negative about that mother. That mother was well acquainted with me and needed to speak with me instead of another random teacher that she's never met before. If anyone in this room is being mistreated, it is me. My entire staff that I had in this classroom was wiped out from underneath me. Then 2 new people were brought in. My position was stolen from me, and now I'm being ordered around and mistreated. So again, it's me. Heather, a moment, please. Come with me to my office. Yeah. It's like deja vu. It's exactly how she sounded when she pulled the rest of my staff out to fire them. You mean your coworkers? No, I meant what I said. She obviously kept me in this classroom for a reason, and she will continue to do so. Sad to see the 2 of you going so soon. It's just that it's Debbie's staff, but it is sad. It is sad. God, what am I saying? You're her sister-in-law. She's not going to get rid of you, so she'll probably just get rid of her and then move you back to where you belong. Once she gets her head screwed back on right, she'll realize that she really only needs me in this classroom. I don't think that she would. Wouldn't that leave you out of ratio? Ratio. My mother single-handedly took care of 15 children in her own home at a time, and none of them ever had an issue. Ratio. I think we'll be fine. Oh, my mom could never, so. Oh. 15 kids at the same time. No injuries? Nothing ever wrong? Come on in, take a seat, just close that door. Sorry to interrupt you in the middle of everything that you were doing. Yeah, it's no big deal to me. I mean, I'm happy to talk to you if you need me to talk to you. What's up? Okay, great. So let's just cut to the chase. I have cameras in the classroom, and I'm able to kind of watch and see everything that's going on. The toddler room's microphone's a little messed up, but in the nursery, everything works perfectly great. Actually, I've just upgraded it all. So I've kind of been watching and hearing all of what's been going on this morning and how wonderful you've been handling things, taking things on the chin, taking control, taking charge, and I need you to fire Annalise. Thank you so much. Huh? Well, you're doing a fantastic job, and I need you to fire Annalise. No, I heard you. I heard the first part, heard the second part even clearer. Ooh, you want me to fire Annalise? No problem. Not beyond me that this is a lot. I understand that all these things are happening really fast, and I initially had you guys just in there to assist in the classroom, but with the way things are going immediately, I can't have it. She already was butting heads with some of the people in that classroom, but the rest of the people in that classroom, I don't even want to get into the situation. They all just needed to go, but it seems like we just need an entire redo, and like I said, you have been doing fantastic. In just the short amount of time you've been here, you've been amazing, but in this classroom today, it's been insane to see. Insane. You are on things, and I would love if you could fire Annalise. I know that's a lot to ask of you, but it's not going to be not compensated. I will give you the position of head teacher in that classroom in addition to a raise. Gosh, head teacher. That's super exciting. I love being here. First of all, I love being here. All the girls are so sweet. I love being in the toddler room. But I gotta admit, being in the nursery today has been a lot of fun. I'm not loving the combativeness of it all, but it's just something I gotta obviously roll with the punches with. But if you say I'm doing a good job, then hopefully I'm doing a good job. I mean, I had asked Lauren after I had, and I'm sure you heard, so yes, I did hear. What's the one thing I would say to you is give yourself a little bit more credit where credit is due, because you're doing a great job, much better than I could have done on my first day being in charge of anyone, especially Annalise. So, as difficult as it is, you made that look like a breeze, so maybe firing her will be easy as well. Oh, I don't know that it'll be easy, but I can do it. I definitely can do it if that's something that you want me to do. It's not going to be my favorite thing. I have confidence that you've got this, and consider your job firmly in place the second that she is out of the door. I don't know if you want to choose to tell her yourself, or however you choose to go about it is your prerogative. But if she has any discrepancy on to speak to me, I would like to be left out of it, because I just don't want the stress. I hear you loud and clear. Stress isn't good for the baby. You shouldn't have to deal with stress. I'm hoping, well, I don't know what the point's of me even saying that, because it's not going to go smoothly. But I will do my best to make it go as smoothly as possible. You just relax in your office, and I will let you know when everything is done. Where have you been my whole life? Annalise, I really appreciate you trying to show me, but I know how to work a bottle warmer. I've worked with them on multiple occasions. I've got it, as I've already said. Hi, guys. I've never seen someone so happy to be fired before. Me neither. She said, me neither. Me neither. You either, that doesn't even make any sense. I'm so sorry to see you have to go, but choices have to be made. They sure do. So unfortunately that shouldn't be this funny. Fortunately for you, actually, Annalise, for you, actually, it's going to be, for me, I will be just fine. I was just saying to Lauren, obviously Debbie has come to her senses and has realized that I am the only one she actually needs in this classroom. So, sure you, I will be fine. Oh, this is getting painful to watch. You're fired. So you don't work here anymore. Actually, you don't work here anymore. It's like a train wreck. I don't want to watch, but I also cannot look away. Actually, Annalise, it's not gonna be me that's leaving. It's gonna be you. Okay, I'm not in the mood for whatever the hell that is. So, the only place I'll be going is on my break, when it's time, and it's not yet. So, if you wanted to hand the baby over to me, because I did just speak to Debbie, and she has asked me to ask you to go ahead and go home. I've got her, thank you, and go home. She would not ask that I go home. I'm at work, and I'm working. She wouldn't ask that I go home. It's ridiculous. She did ask that. She asked that you go home and that you stay there indefinitely, at least when it comes to this job, because you are no longer employed here. I'm trying to do this as calmly as possible because she wants as least stress as possible, and I would like Lauren to not be stressed out either, because the two pregnant ladies having to deal with a situation like this, getting out of control, would be bad. We can agree on that, right? I think if it's someone's position, they should do their job. What is it that you're even saying right now? I think it was pretty clear what I said. I don't want to add insult to injury, so if you just want to pass the baby on over, and I can help you pack up your things. You will not touch my things. What day is it? It's got to be April Fool's or something, because this is I'm not falling. I'm not amused, to be quite honest with you. And even if this were the case, what you're saying is true, which I can most certainly assert that it's not. She would come and tell me herself if she chose to fire me, as you're so alluding. What Debbie chooses to do or not to do is not my business. I just do as I am told, and she asked me to come down here and tell you this. It is not my favorite thing to do, that's for sure. But I have to do it. It's part of my job now. Oh, that's your job now. I've never seen someone, what, do you have some side of inside man? Because I've never seen someone rise up in a job position as much as someone has today. So let me get this straight. You go from the toddler room into the nursery room, you sweep my job out from under your feet completely. Now you are the head teacher of the classroom and you've been promoted to where you can fire people? I mean, if we're being technical, the head teacher position was never really yours. It was kind of like a coworker situation, so I didn't really take anything from you. I have just kind of been promoted on my own, which honestly feels really good because I've never received recognition in a position like this before. So I'm proud of myself. You're proud of yourself, of course. You're a bubbly bimbo who she's only put in this position, whatever position you think you've been put in, because she knows she can manipulate and control you. Bubbly bimbo. Isn't it funny that the bubbly bimbo is the one who got the job that you've sought after the whole entire time you've been here in one day? and is now firing you. Isn't that funny? Disrespect with you. You should learn to respect your elders. I'm not going anywhere. If I am fired, as you are so saying, Debbie can tell me herself. Respect is earned, and unfortunately, you haven't done anything to earn my respect. I mean, you can call me a bubbly bimbo and expect me to not say anything to defend myself, then I think that that's a little bit ridiculous. But you don't, and that seems to be where the problem probably lies, which is why Debbie has asked me to ask you to leave. Debbie, again, hasn't asked you herself because she doesn't want to be put under stress while she's pregnant with her baby. Debbie is the owner of this daycare. If she wants me removed from the daycare, she can have me removed herself. Until then, I stay here and do the job that I have been hired to do, because my boss has not told me anything otherwise. Well, if you worked here anymore, your boss would be me, because I am now the head teacher of this classroom. My boss is Debbie, so she's who we ultimately all would speak to, but again, you are fired, so you no longer work here. You don't fire me, Debbie does. I mean, isn't this ridiculous? I think we should just let this go as smoothly as possible as to not cause more problems, at least. You knew then, so you knew this entire time, and you just wanted to play as if though you had no part in this. What, did you go and snitch to your sister-in-law that I didn't give you a bathroom break and now I'm getting fired because you didn't get your way? This is wonderful. Glad to know that you are all a part of this. Were you hired and put into this classroom just so I will leave? Did she not have the balls to do it herself? This has nothing to do with me. This is, I didn't even know you were being fired. I have no part in this. Right, like you didn't run, cry, and complain to Debbie the second that you didn't get your way. I'm not stupid here. I know exactly what's going on. The only reason she's so intimidated by me, then she should have never hired me in the first place. I'm not leaving this position until I'm done working. I understand that this bond might be difficult for you to let go of all of these babies. You love them just so much. But as of right now, you are fired from this daycare, and it has nothing to do with bathroom breaks. It is more to do with your insubordination, your inability to work as a team member and be coherent and just follow simple instructions. I think we've gone over that time and time again, but you're just really seeming to not get it. So as of right now, you are holding a baby that you are really not even legally allowed to be holding because, again, that baby is with this daycare and you are no longer a part of this daycare. So if you could please pass the baby to either myself or Lauren, I would really appreciate it. If you so choose to continue to act like a child, then you can continue out your daycare. Finish out your day, but you have stopped being employed as of right now, and your pay will stop as of now, and any work that you are continuing to do, you will not be paid for or compensated for in any way because you are no longer employed here. I'm aware that that's a lot of information at once. This bubbly bimbo just loves to chat, but I am going to need you to make a decision. So if you're choosing to work here and not be compensated for that work, because again, as my boss, your former boss has instructed me, you are no longer working here. So if you're choosing to stay here for some reason, you cannot be handling the children. So I am going to need you to pass on the baby. You can stay here. You can fill out paperwork until the end of the day you feel, but we ask that you do not return. It would be easier off on all of us if you would just go, honestly. Now you're going to treat me as if though I can't handle the children. I mean, this is just beyond ridiculous. I'm here to do my job. I don't understand why any of this is even happening. And she can't even tell me herself. I do sympathize with you, and I understand that there's a lot of feelings involved in this, and I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news. But again, I am just doing my job. So if you could just please pass over the baby, I would very much. Thank you. Very much appreciate it. Lauren? This is absurd. You take the baby directly out of my hands. I'm trying to do my job. I've been in this position for God knows how long at this point. She fired every single member of my staff and then just chooses to fire me with two randoms that I don't even know. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do my paperwork. Thank you. Okay. As awkward as this is, we're just going to give her her moment to just let her decompress. You are going to take care of the babies for now. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of playing this by ear, but I think this is good. I think we're kind of getting somewhere. So let's just keep it Okay, I don't know whether to get involved or not. I want to let her have... I've just never had someone stay after I have fired them. But... just keep a close eye on her. I guess it can't hurt to let her finish the daily paperwork, but... Morning, sweet girl. You know what? No. Okay, my game plan right now is to stay just back here. She's pretty angrily filling out the daily reports, so we may need to print out some new daily reports, because God knows what she's putting on them. But for now, let's just stay back here. There's tons of things we can get done back here. There's organizations. That's a mess. And then the babies, most of them are just sleeping. So I've got her. Anyone, anything we need, just try to stay back here. I'm perfectly fine with staying back here, but I don't know, maybe turn around. But she's not. She just walked out of the classroom. No, she was just back. Well, that's not good. She was fired, so she could be doing... Here, take her. She could be doing anything. I need to go find her. This could get bad. Yeah, that was my one critique. She's doing a wonderful job, but she should have told her to leave. Because now, not only is it awkward, but it's not safe. Oh, it's okay. Annalise. Are you too much of a coward to even speak to me, that you can't even explain to me why you choose to fire me on a whim? Okay, Annalise, this is my office. You don't just come barging in here, as we've already spoken about, but I didn't just fire you on a whim because I'm a coward. I delegated the responsibility to someone lower than me. I don't want to deal with the stress of it because I am pregnant, and it's a lot, and I am sorry. It is obviously not a fun thing to do to fire someone. So you send the newbie to do it, the newbie that you just hired into my classroom, swept the job that I had and cherished out from underneath my feet, just to turn around in the exact same day and fire me? I mean, this is ridiculous. You don't even take it upon yourself to do the responsibility. You're the owner of this daycare. You're the boss here. You should be the one doing the firing, pregnant or not. She is not a newbie. Heather's been here for a while at this point, and she is showing amazing promise in the nursery, which is why she's been promoted the way that she has. I asked her to remove you because you were being insubordinate and you were not going to be a flowing team member like I had hoped that you would be. I thought maybe the rest of the staff was the problem and why that whole classroom was just such a mess all of the time, but I'm starting to realize maybe I made a mistake in who I initially had fired. Fact of the matter is, I no longer want you working here. I would like Heather to be in charge of that classroom along with Lauren for the time being until I have new staff to fill that classroom. I haven't done a single thing to deserve this treatment, being fired by someone who was below me this morning. I have to take a deep breath because you were really, working me up. You have this ideology that you have been in charge of this classroom for quite a while now, when that has never been the case, and it never will be the case. You will never be in charge of a classroom at my daycare because you are no longer employed at my daycare. That position has been given to Heather because she shows promise. But again, that is a position that has just been opened and has just now been fulfilled. That just isn't true. I was the head of that classroom. No, I don't know how much more clear I need to say this to you. You were never head of that classroom. You will never be head of that classroom. You have never been in charge of anyone inside of that classroom other than the babies, which is a part of your job. Coworkers. You were coworkers with every single person in that classroom. I got here as quickly as I could. She was just filling out the papers in the classroom, and then she just disappeared, and I assumed that this is where she was coming, but I wasn't sure, so I checked the front office first, but then I keep... She's here. She's right here. You have to go. You've been fired. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I appreciate it, Heather. I really, really appreciate you following through. Thank you. She is here with me. I'm gonna handle the rest of this. You've done an amazing job. Just get back to that classroom and take charge. Okay. First, I'm gonna get a drink. You know, maybe this is a blessing in disguise, because if you think that bimbo has any intelligence and any capability to run that classroom the way that I have this entire time, I question your intelligence. All due respect. The fact that you don't understand why you are no longer welcome or wanted on this team is baffling to me. The position that Heather is holding is one that you've never held, so you honestly wouldn't know what it was like, even though you think that you were the head of the classroom. You weren't. Heather isn't a bimbo, as you would call it, but the fact that you jumped to that after knowing her for less than a day because she's a bubbly, lighthearted person who obviously cares about her job and obviously has the mental capacity and ability to do this job to the fullest extent, I believe. I have full faith in her. She was just out of breath trying to chase you down because you obviously ran off from whatever position she had just put you in. I have full faith in Heather. Who I do not have faith in is you, which is why I've asked you to leave. If there's anything else, I feel good in the fact that I was able to confront you myself when you obviously wanted to hide behind your office and have someone else do the hard work for you. I was able to come up here and defend myself and make it clear that I don't agree with what you're saying, that I think that this firing is unjust, that I think that there is a lot of favoritism going on here. I think Lauren wouldn't get fired if her life depended on it. She could burn the place down and you would still just keep her hired. So I think, with all that being said, I quit. Can't quit. You're already fired. I don't know if you didn't. You want me to write down something for you? In all my life, I've never been let go from a position. I've always been the one who has chosen to leave respectfully because whatever was going on wasn't working for me. This circumstance is no different. You have run a daycare that I no longer can attend. So, as I said a moment ago, I quit. Right, but you had already... So if there's nothing else, we've obviously got down to the bottom of the fact that this is just a lack of courage type of thing. But I'm glad that you were finally able to discuss things with me. I appreciate it, and I'll go gather my things now. Joke. Wait, no. Hold on a moment. What? While I do appreciate that you're choosing to leave peacefully, I cannot have you going back into the daycare classroom and treating people any sort of way. You can go sit up at the front desk, actually. Let's walk up there together, and I will let Sharon know. You can tell Sharon anything that you have in the classroom that you need with you, and we will make sure that she grabs it. I can't grab my own things. No, you may not. If you want to join me up at the front desk. So you're treating me like a criminal. I need to be escorted to and fro. I'm not allowed to say goodbye to any of the babies that I've bonded with over these years. This is ridiculous. I can't even grab my own things. You are not a criminal. No, not as far as I know. But you are no longer an employee here, and you are not a parent, so you have no reason to be going back there. Thus, Sharon can grab all of your things. It's no problem. It's no big deal. She's done it before. She can do it again. And as long as you tell her everything that you need, she'll grab it for you. And if we notice anything that was left behind that you can't think of off the top of your head, I will make sure personally to get in contact with you to get you your things. This is the most ridiculous BS I have ever encountered in my entire life. Sharon likes me. She's not going to get my things just because you ordered her to. This is ridiculous. She's going to tell you how ridiculous you're being and say I should be able to get my own things. Yeah, I'll bet. All right, Sharon. So you know Annalise here. Unfortunately, we are losing her as a team member. She's quitting. But just thinking of the members of the staff, I don't want everyone going back and forth and everything. So I've asked Miss Annalise if she could sit here at the front desk and that you could please go grab her belongings, and I'll sit up here and watch the front desk for you in case anyone does come in. I mean, it's slow hours, so I doubt anyone's going to be coming in anytime soon, but I'm here if they do. But yeah, if you could just communicate with her exactly what she needs, and if you could just go grab that for her, I would really, really, really appreciate it. Sharon, you know better than this. I didn't quit. She fired me, and she's given my position, my head of the classroom position, to Bimbo Heather. Again, she was never head of that classroom, but were you fired or did you quit? Which one was it? Because I can't remember at this point. Honestly, it doesn't even really matter because either way, you are no longer employed here. If you could give her a hand, Sharon, I would really appreciate it. I'll gladly assist. What items do you have back there that you would like retrieved? Sharon, this is unjust. Aren't you going to stand up for me at least a little bit? I thought we were friends. I have no desire to help you or defend you, as I am just doing as I am told. My boss has instructed me to help you remove your things from this daycare, so that's what I'm going to do. The fact that you jumped on another coworker of ours because you chose to not like her for whatever reason, I'm not sure the issue between the two of you, but the fact that you have called her a bimbo does not sit right with me. I don't think that is an appropriate term to be using, especially when speaking about another woman. It's demeaning. What would you like retrieved from the back classroom? I wasn't attempting to demean anyone. I was being disrespected, and so I was defending myself, which I thought we were friends and maybe you would do the same. But I see clearly that I was wrong about that. This is ridiculous. You're just going to sit here organizing your papers while you order your staff to go make your moves for you on a whim without even thinking of the integrity of yourself and what this may mean for you. You should have more respect for your staff than to make them do things that they obviously don't want to do. My integrity is fully intact. Obviously, you are not being truthful, whatever the circumstances were that caused you to lose your job or you to quit. But I'm thinking that you were fired and you're trying to save face by claiming that you quit because people like you just can never accept when they've been disciplined for what they've been doing. But fact of the matter is, you're no longer employed here. So I'm going to ask you again before I go back to the classroom on my own and just ask the other coworkers, what things belong to you? What do you need from the back classroom? I have a bag in the back as well as my little cubby. They should be able to show you where I keep all of my things. It's up above the sink to keep everything safe from the children. This is ridiculous. Wonderful. I'll be right back with your things. I hope you're proud of yourself. Oh, I am proud of myself, actually. Probably not for the reasons that you think, though, because I really didn't intend on having you let go from my stuff at all. Because if I did, I would have wiped you with the nursery wipeout. But I'm really proud of how great Sharon and I are doing. You know, when she first started working here, well, been over 6 months now at this point, she and I would butt heads a little bit because she's just very strong and secure in her thoughts and her process and all of these things. But I think over these past 6 months or so, the two of us have kind of become friends. Almost kind of like you guys. You had thought that you guys were getting there. And it's really wonderful to see how close and a relationship that we're building. And you know what? I'm thinking, let go, move up positions of some. I think it's due for Sharon to get a raise. What do you think? What do I think? You want to know what I think? Actually, no, I don't. I do not. I'd rather sit in silence, actually, until this is all over. Well, lucky for me, you're no longer my boss, so I can explain things and talk about things as further as I'd like. More power to you, but I won't be listening or responding. So, have a blast. Yeah, well, I think that you're childish. I think that you're nothing better than any of these toddlers running around in these classrooms. The fact that you feel to rub insult to injury when I'm already upset about this whole entire ordeal, and the fact that Sharon and I, what I understood were friends, you feel the need to let me know that the two of you are just buddy. It's ridiculous. It's childish. And this whole entire ordeal, even happening at all, is childish. If you were choosing to wipe out the entire nursery staff, you should have done that. When you wiped all of them out, you should have taken me with them. But instead, you chose to keep me around for just a second longer so you can have someone else do it. And now for you to just stand there organizing papers with your back turned to me, I genuinely feel so sorry for every single member of your staff that chooses and has to stay on board with you, because they will inevitably regret it. I'll find a better place to work at, and you will be begging for me to come back. And God, to think about your child. How unlucky they're going to be to have you as their mother. I mean, the swelling feet that you've already got going on, they're already taking away from that. And let's not get started on your face. I know that they tell you often that insecurities are all in your head, but you should know that your insecurities that you're experiencing right now, we're all witnessing with our own eyes. I mean, I didn't even realize those were feet at first. And I don't know exactly what you're having, but I'd venture a guess a girl, since she's taking all of the beauty, any little bit that you did have anyway. Okay. No, Annalise, you're not going to sit there and comment on my body. You know what? I've always been on the fence and not knowing whether you were a mother or not a mother, but I know for a fact that you are not a mother, because no mother who has brought children into this world and knows what that could do to your body would say the things that you're saying right now. And I understand that you're mad because I've just fired you and you're no longer employed here. But my hormones, it's not something to be messing with. And I'm really this close to, I need you to just step outside. Sharon can bring your things outside the front door. Thought you weren't going to listen or respond. God, how? There is not a person in this world, I mean, that I have ever met that is going to be able to stand there and withstand someone just trying their hardest to push their buttons and pick their buttons and point out insecurities that they think that they may have. Like, you are beyond. Imagine if I stood here and I just turned around and I said out loud, wow, her wrinkles really give her a wise look. I wish that I understood why she was such a bitch. You win with the name calling, Deborah. I think I'll sit here and I'll wait for my things, thank you. Get out of my daycare before I remove you from my daycare myself. Oh, is that a threat? Yeah, it sure is. Sure is. I want you the hell out of my daycare, now. Say that one more time for me. There is no recording in this daycare. Turn your phone off. You're not allowed to have, as a matter of fact, just take you and your phone out. I don't care. Get out of my daycare. No, I just want everyone to know that you threatened me. You just said verbatim that if I didn't leave, you would have me removed yourself. Did you not? I sure did. Yep, her little vlog, I sure did. I sure did say that. I told her if she didn't leave my premises that she's been fired and removed from, that I would remove her myself. That means I would either get my secretary or her husband, which I know you and Sharon thought you were just buddy, but you may not know she's a retired police officer and her husband is still a police officer. So if I need to give him a call, I can go ahead and do that. Here are your things. Thank you, Sharon. It looks like you may need to come out of retirement as your boss here is threatening me that she's going to call the cops on me and have your husband come here because I hurt her feelings. Childish. You are childlike. You didn't hurt my feelings. I just want you out of my daycare. I asked you 6 times to go outside and wait for her to give you your things. Now your things are in your hand. You have no reason to be standing here anymore. If you do not leave, I am going to call the cops. Point blank, period. If trespassing is occurring, which is what it's looking like this is turning into, my husband will gladly come and take care of any situation at hand. God, whose side are you on? You're gonna call the police because you don't like what I've said? Oh my God, it's like we're saying something and you're hearing something entirely different. As I already said, this is looking what's turning into a trespassing situation, and if that's the case, then my husband would gladly come and take care of it. I'm hoping that it doesn't escalate to that degree and that you just take your things and leave. As Debbie has said very clearly, she's asked you on multiple times to go ahead and see yourself out, and you're insisting it's based on what you've said. It's not. You're fired. You have no more reason to be standing here. As you were waiting for me to bring you your things, they are now in your hand. So, I have more dignity with myself than have to have myself removed by police officers, so I will gladly go. But before I'm left from an unjust situation, I always feel the need to say my piece. I feel sorry for you that you're going to have to deal with very incredibly sad mothers who love me. You're not going to find anyone as wonderful as me to run that nursery. Good luck to you. We already have. Before you go to speak, don't. Because Heather is 10 times the employee that you ever were. The way she took charge in that classroom today, it being her first time in there, a brand new space, and the second that I put her in charge, she did the job. We already did. Love the dramatic effect. I love it. But you haven't dealt with the mothers who are going to be crying when they realize I am no longer here, as I am the only employee who truly cared about them. But that's fine. Okay. She's gone. Something I thought was never going to happen. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate you being there and handling that, and everything that you just did, I very much appreciate it. Now, I'm gonna get back to my front desk because I have to find someone to put in that nursery. Those girls. I wonder how Heather and Lauren are doing in the nursery. Gotta say, I'm surprised by us. I mean, I was a little bit nervous, as much as a pain in the ass as she was. I didn't want her in here, but she was extra hands, and I was worried we weren't gonna be able to handle it, just the two of us, but look at us go. She's sleeping. We're doing amazing. I'm proud of us. I mean, obviously it'd be nice to have an extra set of hands, but her hands weren't helping hands. They were interfering hands, bossing hands, crazy hands. You can say that again. How's it go? I can see it's going great. Awesome. Okay, I had no doubt. I just was worried about there being only 2 of you. I'm sorry that that's the way it is. It's not going to be like that for long. We have 3. She is gone. It took long enough, but she is actually out of the building, thankfully. But the one big remark that she kept coming back to was that the mothers were going to be very upset. So, I don't know how the mothers feel about her. I'm not in here enough, quite honestly, to know. So I don't know if it's something that we address right off the bat or if it's something that we kind of gradually go into. I'm leaning more towards gradually and seeing if after a few days they start to notice if anything's asked. If it's not brought up, then just go with it. But if it is brought up, just explain that unfortunately she was just no longer working here. Heather is the new lead of this classroom, and I'm gonna have somebody new in the next coming days, which is where I'm going now, back to my office to figure out who to hire. And fingers crossed they're not insane. So I don't know enough to speak for all the mothers. Obviously I've only been in here for a little bit, but there was one mother that I did see that seemed a little bit uncomfortable to her opinions and kind of forcing them on other people. So I think I could speak for one that may be at least a little bit happy that she is no longer here. I mean, none of us are going to give any opinions on formula breastfeeding. However you choose to parent is your choice, not ours. So, I mean, there's that, I guess. Okay, good to know. Let's just gradually go into it then. Here to pick up my daughter, and I would like to speak to Annalise. Where's she at? Hello. I believe your little one is currently napping, which won't be any issue. We can go ahead and get you. And Annalise, unfortunately is no longer here, so if there's something that I can help you with, or if it's something specific to her, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to handle that. But again, if there's something I can help you with, unfortunately, you're not going to lie to me bold-faced and looking at me. She was here this morning. I spoke to her this morning. She caused a fuss over some freaking formula and then decided to call my wife and get her involved when she didn't need to be involved. I was the one doing drop-off. I was the one who brought in the formula. So I'm not sure why she took that route, but she's not going to go and hide when I want to speak to her. So can you bring her out? I am so sorry that any inconveniences were caused by any of Annalise's actions. I personally am not super familiar with the situation, so I can't speak on it exactly, but what I can say is Annalise is not hiding. She's actually been fired. She is no longer employed here as of about an hour ago. So what I meant by fortunately and unfortunately, because unfortunate for this situation when you obviously want to speak to her, I can't give you that, but fortunately she's no longer here to tell you what to do when it comes to you and your wife's parenting decisions. Wait, so she was working this morning and now she no longer works here. That is correct, yes. Oh, jeez. You guys don't call for things like that to let people know what's going on? I mean, my wife probably would have picked up if she knew that Annalise wasn't here. I'm sorry, I'm not understanding. What is it that you mean? I mean, my wife hasn't come to do pickup or drop off unless it's absolutely necessary, and I don't even know how long. This morning, she had no want to come down here, especially when she knew that it was Annalise she'd be speaking with. She makes her so unbelievably uncomfortable, and she would only come if it, but and then I'm the bad guy because I was supposed to be the one dropping off, and now she's being called by Annalise, which is embarrassing in itself because she feels the need to tell everyone exactly how to do that. I think when you fire somebody that we all collectively cannot stand, that you should just let us all know. You might get some more people coming in here, different rotations between moms and dads, because I tell you what, those moms are not a fan of that woman. This is great insight. You know, one of the main things that she said when she was being fired is that everyone's going to be so upset. All the mothers are going to be so upset. So knowing that, I'm assuming, not only your wife, but it also... Oh, it's not just my wife. Drew, Billy, Josh, and Campbell, too. We all used to go out to those fields and go golfing every freaking morning. Now we haven't been out there in months because of this. We need to let everybody know. Oh, well, I'm so sorry to hear about your golf game being interrupted. I'm sure that'll be great news to you and your friend group, but typically when someone's fired or hired, I mean, I am new in this circumstance, but I don't think that it's like an announcement to everyone, kind of word just being spread by mouth, so if you want to go ahead and let your friends know and their wives know, and that'd be fine, but everyone is knowing the second that you know what? We're not even waiting until that long. Let me call my wife first, because she'll be mad otherwise. Hi, honey. Yeah, I can only be on the phone for a second. I got more phone calls to make, but I just wanted to let you know that I just went to the daycare. Annalise no longer works here. She's been fired. And that'd be great. That'd be the boys' week. All get back to golfing. And oh no, we could talk about that when we get home. The routine can change. It's definitely not a routine that we can. I gotta call boys. Just give me 1 minute. I'll get her in a second. Josh. I was back changing. I didn't hear you. Why is he on the phone? Oh, just calling all his friends, his boys, his wife, because Annalise no longer works here. Celebrating. Shut up. Oh yeah, he told me they used to go, him and his buddies, used to go golfing every single morning, and now they're all stuck with baby duty because the moms are so uncomfortable coming in here to even try to talk to Annalise because we saw how pushy she was, whatever she thought. So I told him, we don't really announce whatever, because he was like, why didn't you tell the big news? I said, we don't really announce anything, but feel free to spread the word. And he went on spreading. That's literally the funniest thing I've ever heard. I thought that it was going to be an issue considering how much of a fit she threw. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. Golfing's back on. Whew. Thank you, ladies. I'll see y'all in the morning. Oh, your baby. Yeah. That can stay between us. We don't need to spread that word. Come on, sweetie. Looking for a minimum 2 years experience. Read through this application. Please don't bring any crazies to my daycare. And I guess we sit and wait now. Actually, let's update the girls. Alright, girls, good to see things are still going smoothly in here. I've just drawn up the application process, so people, I'm assuming and hoping, will start applying soon, and we should have that ball rolling. How's it going? Any moms upset yet? No upset moms, just an incredibly happy dad who felt the need to share the news with all of his dad friends and all of their wives, because apparently nobody here liked Annalise. Joking. So all this bull about all the moms loving her so much, it was just that bull. What it's looking like. I mean, maybe we'll come across a mom that does seem fond of her, but as of right now, from the word of the most recent dad who we've had in here, said that his friends and all their wives have had an issue with Annalise. Essentially, the moms stopped coming in and all the dads started coming in. And although, when he was on the phone with his wife, it did seem like that maybe she was giving him a little bit of pushback because maybe the moms are getting used to the dads bringing... I don't know. He was excited to get back to his golf game, though, so... Okay. Well... That's great news. That was the biggest hurdle that I thought that we were going to have to deal with, but now it's just hiring someone new. So everyone just keep their fingers crossed. We don't bring in any crazy. No crazy. No crazy in my daycare. Do you imagine how much she'd freak out if she could see how much everyone was just celebrating her being gone? All right. Oh, and we've got applications. Good morning, Sharon. I just wanted to keep you in the loop about today. Around noon, I believe, I'm going to start having some applicants coming in for interviews. I believe there are 4, maybe 3. It's a little fuzzy to me. I'll let you know once it gets closer to it. But 3 or 4 people coming in to interview. I just need their simple information. Just sign them in as you would any other parent, and then just send them back to my back office. My door will be open. Understood. I'll go ahead and take care of that. Hi, I'm Lily, and you are? I am Sharon. It's wonderful to meet you, Sharon. I'm here. I have an application interview here with Debbie. Okay, you'll just need to sign in here, and then I will have you head back. Lovely. Get that taken care of. Thank you so much, Sharon. Do I head just this way? Yes, let me just open this gate, and then you can come just around the counter here and directly back. Straight shot. It's Debbie's office, and she's left the door open for you. All right. Is there anything maybe you could tell me tip-wise that could give me maybe like a slight advantage? I can appreciate you wanting some insight. Without making things too unfair for any of the other applicants, she is not a fan of drama, and she likes to keep things real. She's also a few months pregnant. That's perfect, because I don't like drama either, and I don't... We'll be 2 peas in a pod. I think I've got this. Thank you. Well, that'll be interesting. Should be about 2 more minutes. Oh, well, speaking of the devil, I appreciate you knocking, even though the door is wide open. You must be Lily. And you must be Debbie and baby. I'm sorry? Oh, it just at the front desk, Sharon had said that you were, with child, so congratulations. Sharon told you that okay. That's, it just threw me for a loop there. I just didn't think that Sharon was going to disclose my pregnancy to you, which isn't a secret, but just isn't something that I'm typically discussing on a first-time meeting basis. Why don't you come on in, and why don't you take a seat, and we'll continue with this interview. Okay. So how long have you been in childcare? 10 years. Amazing. Okay. You are, and I'm assuming you're CPR certified? Oh, yeah, I've got all the qualifications. Now, I do have a few other applicants today, so in the event that you are one of the applicants that we decide to go forward with, you will need to submit a background check, of course. And I have a few questions just to see how you'd handle scenarios in the workplace. Yeah, and I'm ready when you are. Okay, let me not jump too far ahead of myself just yet. What do you enjoy most about teaching? If I'm honest, everything. I love being able to connect with the children, teach them, inspire them, be a safe space for them. I really don't have a negative thing to say about it as a whole. Okay. If, say for instance, you have a circumstance where you have a parent who is very upset about the way that something was handled with their child, and they come to you and they approach you, how are you going to handle that situation? Well, that's a tough one. I think it would mainly depend on the scenario. Okay, just an example. A mother has chosen to breastfeed, you are aware of that, and then the father comes in with formula. What are we doing? Well, if the chart is typically the same thing consistently and it's always been breast milk and a new food is being introduced, I would obviously check with the parent to make sure that that is something they are consciously doing or if it wasn't a mistake. And if the father had said that that is what they are planning to feed from here on out, then formula is what I would feed. Awesome. Let's see. What would you say your biggest weakness is? If I'm honest, I would say none, because I believe if you see that you have weaknesses in yourself, then that's what creates the weaknesses to go deeper and deeper. But if you don't think you have any, then you can only rise. Okay, that's I think all I have for you. Appreciate it, and we'll be in touch soon. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm here for an interview. Good morning. I'll need you to sign in here, your ID, and I will need to know your name as well. Okay, perfect. And I'm Stacy. It's nice to meet you, Stacy. Once these things are completed, then you'll just head right back behind me. As you can see, her office is a straight shot to the back, and her door has been left open for you. Thank you so much. And what was your name again? Sharon. Well, it was lovely to meet you, Sharon. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Stacy. Hello, Stacy. Typically, when I have someone come into my office, I would really appreciate that they knock beforehand. But I'm so sorry the door was open, so I didn't think I needed to knock. But here now, I sure will. That's all right. Why don't you come on in and take a seat, and we'll get started on the interview. Okay. So, how long have you worked in childcare? 3 years. Okay. Okay. What do you enjoy most about working with children? Well, I feel like I've always been drawn to kids ever since I was one myself. I was always that little girl who was trying to like take care of the rest of the kids in the surrounding area, and they're like, but you're still a kid, you can't take care of them. So that was kind of me, and I don't know, I just have such a liking for kids and taking care of them and nurturing. I've always wanted to be a mother. It's just not yet for me. So this is like the next best thing. Okay. And how would you handle a situation where a parent isn't bringing in enough supplies for their child? Oh, like diapers and things? Well, I kind of have dealt with situations like this, and I've learned that after like the first or second time of saying something to them, usually they'll be more inclined to bring it, especially if you're kind of hitting them when they first get there in the morning, and then again at pickup and being like, hey, little reminder, they really need those diapers because we are borrowing from our friends, and that's not always the safest option because everyone has different differences and sensitivities, and different diapers have different chemicals in them, so it's a whole thing. But usually for me, it works after the second or third time. And if for some reason that doesn't work, well, if it didn't, then I guess I'd probably come and get you, and I would ask you how we think we should handle the situation. Because if a parent's not willing to bring in the supplies that the kids need after being asked multiple times, then that might be an issue. Okay. And what would you say are your weaknesses? My biggest weaknesses? Well, if you ask my mom, she'd say saying like too much. But if you asked maybe my former coworkers, they would say, I'm gonna be careful with my words here. I tend to be maybe slightly a little bit airheaded if I haven't had enough sleep the night before, but typically I'm on my stuff, for lack of a better word. Okay, could you elaborate on what you said was the airheadedness for me? Well, just like I could be a little bit a little forgetful at times, but I work really, really well in a group setting, which obviously there'll be other teachers in the classroom. So if I have something that's even there as like a gentle reminder, something I could read, or just like a basic schedule that we kind of go off of, I'll be completely fine. Okay. Okay. Well, I think that's all that I have for you, Stacy. I really appreciate you coming in, and we'll be in contact soon. If you could just shut the door on your way out. Thank you. Okay. Don't mean to interrupt you in the middle of whatever you're doing, but how do we feel about those 2 applicants? Also, please don't tell people I'm pregnant. I'm sorry. I'm not really sure why I told the first applicant that you are pregnant. She asked for something, an advantage, tip-wise, to know about you, and that is just something that came out. I was a little bit put on the spot, but here on out, I will not let them know anything about your personal information. I do apologize. And as far as knowing who was better or if anyone was good, I only very briefly discussed with them just to sign in and tell them where to go, so I can't really accurately say. Okay, it isn't a huge deal, so I appreciate you apologizing, but just moving forward, I just don't want them coming into the office with the headspace that I am hormonal or whatever. People have all different thoughts when it comes to pregnancies, and obviously when they see me, they can see that I'm pregnant, but it's just something I want someone walking into the clear headspace. And that's fair to not know. I'm not really sure either, and I'm the one that interviewed them. But I do still have 2 interviews coming in this afternoon, so we don't need any decisions made yet. But if any red flags come up when you are bringing people in, please do share. I can absolutely do that. Okay, great. So there isn't anything? As of now, no. But if there is anything, I will be sure to let you know. Okay, well, if there's anything, then I need to know, because they need to know. They need to know? Why do they need to know? Because they're picking. I mean, I'm doing the interviews. They're watching, but they have the final say. Are they qualified to do that? Well, they brought us you and Heather too, so I hope so. When the next applicant gets here, send them my way. Will do. It's kind of you to choose me. Hi, I had like a interview type vibe with Debbie, I think her name was, but it was at 1:30. I know it's only noon, but I just figured like early bird gets the worm type of vibe, and maybe I could see her like soon. Hi, if you have an interview at 1:30, there's a chance that she may not be ready for you. She did let me know to let the next applicant on back, but she did also mention that the next applicant would be this afternoon, so let me go ahead and double check that she is exactly ready for you. I'll be right back. No worries. I'm hoping it shows like initiative. I'm here early. Not on time, but early. Debbie, hi. I have your applicant. What do you mean? She's not supposed to be here for another, what, at least an hour and a half? To use her words exactly, she said that it would be an early bird type of vibe. An early bird type of, that doesn't even make any sense. I'm sorry, I misspoke. It was the early bird gets the worm type of vibe. An early bird gets the word, she said the words type of vibe? She did. She also said that she was here for a interview type of vibe. Oh no, no. You can tell her she can head on home. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a good fit. We found someone else for her position. Whatever you feel like telling her, I'm good on that. Type of vibe. Okay. Type of vibe. You know, but actually, hold that thought, Sharon. Why don't you tell her to come on back? Okay, I will go ahead and let her know. Debbie said that you can come on back. Period. Hi. Hi, you must be Monica. I am, that's me. Amazing. Why don't you come on in, take a seat, and we'll begin the interview. Yes. Right. Where is my... Apologies for that. How long have you been working in childcare? So I am fairly new, but I feel like it's one of those things where it's like you're either made for it or you're not, and I am. So how long would you say? You've been a couple of months now for sure. Okay, Okay. And in those few months that you've been working, what would you say is your favorite part about it? Well, I mean, everything. It's such a vibe. It's such a privilege. It's such a... There's just nothing better. I love everything about it. Amazing. That's so good to know. I just feel like it's such a... Are you pregnant? Yes, I am. I am pregnant. But I would like to stick to the interview if that's all okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That was so rude. I didn't notice until just then when we were talking. Sorry. Compose yourself. I'm sorry. How far along are you? I really, really would like to stick to the interview questions, as I had said just a second ago. I'm sorry. Of course. I'm not trying to overstep. I'm so sorry. Pregnancies are such a vibe. That's so cool. I'm so happy for you. I was just saying, I feel like it's such a privilege to just be in this position to work with children and just be in charge of them. I think it's such a vibe. Such a vibe. Okay. Well, I think, Monica, that is that's all that I have for you. Really? Okay. It was quick. I thought that this would be longer or something. So when do I start? Okay. I thought it would take like longer or something. When do I start? Well, I haven't exactly made a final decision quite yet, so I will definitely be reaching out to. I mean, I have multiple candidates still coming in to do the interview process. So once I make my final decision, then we'll know. Okay, but like, out of all the people you've seen, does anyone stand out more than any others? Well, like I said, we've had other applicants come in, and then I actually still have some more to go. So once I get those all wrapped up, then I'd be able to make my final decision, and you'll hear back from me. Totally hear you. Just thought maybe somebody did, but I totally get it. So you'll just give me a call then? Yep. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to call everybody. So obviously, the people who aren't going to be hired, I'm not going to be giving a call. But if you are who's chosen, then you will definitely be receiving a call. Oh, so if you choose to not like go with me, then I won't hear from you like at all. Unfortunately, no, I'm not going to be able to call everybody back, because basically, like, if you're hearing back from me, it's good news. If you're not, it's not. Unfortunately, that's just kind of the way that it works, but you never know the way that it could go. I mean, it could be you. Right, could be me. Right, okay. Well, I'm available whenever. Like, totally available. I will keep my phone right by me, and I appreciate that so much. But I do have everything that I need from you. So if you should you're free to head on out if you just close the door behind you. And if you had like any other questions that you had or anything, like, I'm totally like, I don't need to be anywhere right now. We could continue to talk if you had anything more that like would make me more of a candidate. Yeah, I mean, I've covered all the questions that I have, so I think we're all set to go. Right. Don't want to overstay my welcome. I totally hear you. I'm going. Congratulations again on the baby, and I hope to hear from you soon. Hi, Sharon. I have like a little bit of a weird request, but I figured if anyone could do it, you could. What can I help you with? So it's super weird, and I'm sure it's probably like the first time you've heard anyone ask for this. It's just, I'm really big on vibes, and as much as I want this job, I think I would be so good for this job, I don't feel the vibe that I'm kind of gonna get picked, if you know what I mean. So, but what really stuck with me in the meeting with her, and something that she seems pretty concreted on, is that she's not gonna let me know if like I'm not picked, which I kind of need to know for multiple reasons. But so Debbie would be the one to pass on that information to you. I have no part in the interviews. No, I hear you. It's just like, it's kind of like a rejection therapy thing. I don't handle this type of stuff the best, so it's like dealing with everyday rejections is something that really does help me. So if it is going to be a rejection, it may be helpful for me to just receive that call and know that like it is a no. Do you know? maybe you could do that for me. I was just saying maybe I could leave my like phone number with you and you could just give me a quick call when you see that like whoever was picked is picked if it wasn't me. If that makes sense. As I've already said, unfortunately, I have no parts in these interviews, so I would be making no contact with you. That is Debbie's job and her decision on whether she chooses to or not to. No, I hear you. I do. It just, can I borrow that? It's just that I'm gonna just write it here on this box. I just would really like to hear personally, and since she isn't gonna be doing it herself, it seems, even though like that's kind of maybe what is supposed to be happening, it's not. So I really would need this for if that's possible. All right, Sharon. Oh, hi. I did not realize that you were still here. Yeah, I was just having a quick chat with Sharon here. We vibed, and I really liked her, and I just wanted to chat with her really quickly. You weren't coming up here to like trash talk how my interview went, were you? No, why would I be doing that? I'm just like really big on vibes, and that's kind of the vibe I'm picking up. Is there any critiques maybe you have for me on how it could have gone better? I was not coming up here to talk about anything to do with you, but just to conversate with my secretary about today's anyway. There's no gossiping happening here. I have nothing to say to you, and if I did have something to say to you about what I thought about your interview, I would have said it in the interview process. This isn't the time nor the place. It's not as though it's an audience or anything like that. I mean, there's literally just the three of us. It's simple as just saying, here's what I think you could have done like better, or here's what I think that you did stupendous on. Again, Monica, I don't have anything to say to you about it. I really do appreciate you coming down here and taking the time to do the interview, but the interview is over now. Okay. Please think about what I've said to you and what I've given you, okay? Because like I said, it's important to me. Have a great one, Debbie. I hope you and your baby do amazing. God, what did she give you? She had written her phone number on this box because she wanted me to let her know if she was going to be rejected or not rejected. I'll take that. One good thing came out of all of that. My lunch is now early because she was not supposed to be here for another hour. My next person is at 2, and then I have one more person who's supposed to be here at 2:30, but it's flaky, so not sure. But then it's over. So, thank you. Will do. Enjoy your lunch. Much appreciated, Sharon. No way. No, absolutely no way.
Dearest Deborah, my suggestion is reconsideration. Not only will you never find someone better, but wrongful termination is illegal. Not to mention the public embarrassment that you forced me to undergo. I have more than enough grounds to sue.
Go ahead. I can imagine how someone was that crazy and worked here for so long, and I just didn't even... How are you guys feeling? We've got 2 more people coming in, so get ready for them, but how are you feeling so far? Hi, I'm Sandy. I'm here for an interview with Debbie. All right, Sandy, I'll just have you... I'm about 10 minutes early, so I hope that's not too much of an inconvenience, but I just wanted to be here on time, ready to go. That's all right. I'll make sure that she's ready for you, but I'm sure that she will be. Perfect. I'll be right here. She's ready for you. You can go ahead and walk through here and head straight back to the door that's open. Perfect. Let's go. I'm not sure if this lovely lady over here has passed along, but I am Sandy. It's so lovely to meet you. You must be Debbie. I am Debbie. Yes, it's lovely to meet you, Sandy. It's great. Let's get started on this interview. Amazing. Do you want me to close the door? That'd be great. Thank you. More than welcome to go ahead and take a seat. We'll begin. Privacy's so important. All right. So, how long have you been working in childcare? Well, how long have you been? Oh, well, typically, typically I'm the one kind of doing the question asking, and you'll be doing the answering. So if we could just kind of stick to my script, per se, for lack of a better word here, that'd be great. So, how long have you been working in childcare? Oh, please, just trying to strike up conversation. I've been working for 3 years. You? Okay, 3 years, great. And what would you say is your favorite part about teaching? have I been working in childcare longer than you? I mean, if I was interviewing somebody and they said that they were working for 3 years and I haven't been working for 3 years, I may not say how long I had been working either. I've been working for longer than 3 years, I can assure you. We could stick to the format that we have here. Favorite part about teaching. How about this? Let me take that question and I'll flip it on you, and I'll just say my least favorite things about teaching and being in charge of children. I'm not a big fan of the neediness and the repetitiveness of being, hello, Mrs. That kind of vibe is a little bit annoying to me, but I'm able to take a deep breath and kind of turn away from the situation and regather myself, and especially if I have teammates on my hands who are able to help me if I get overwhelmed, super great. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I see you're jotting things down right now, so while you're going ahead and do that, I'll go ahead and pull out the questions that I've prepared for you. I'm actually done jotting things down. That won't be necessary. You don't, like I said, I'm the one that's got the questions, and then you've got the answers, so if we could just get on to the next. I think it's a mutual beneficial relationship that both the people being interviewed and the interviewer are being both asked questions. Now, I can try to see your point of view for sure, but that's not the way that we do interviews here. This is the way that we do them here, so. Well, let's just say Sandy likes to take things out of the box. What is it? 1 moment. Well, that like I had already tried to say, it's really not necessary. I have the questions here that I have for you. If you just wanted to let me get through them. And the next one being, hey, I don't mean to throw a monkey wrench into your plans of your interview, but I really took the time last night to write out these questions, and I really would like to get them out. If you could just give me 1 moment, I'm just finding them in my purse. I happened to switch purses last week, and things are all disheveled in here. You have had that happen before? Yeah, I've definitely misplaced things in multiple different purses before, so I will just go ahead and I'll wait for you. I swore I put it in here. Oh yeah, you don't need to put down that notebook. We're not done with the interview yet. Just give me a moment. I appreciate it, Stacey, but I actually have all the information that I'm gonna need. Oh, already? Well, I had thought that you had more questions for me, but if you don't, then that's perfectly fine. I'll just take over and I will ask the questions that I have once I find this daggone paper. Goodness gracious golly me. I found it. I folded it all up, but I just... Alright, so you never really established an actual number as to how far you have been working. So how long have you been working in childcare? Because that is number 1 on my list of things here. Over 15 years. Okay, this next part I have is number 2 and number 3, but we're just going to combine them together and make it easier. So I would just like to know how you climbed the ladder to get to the position that you're at, and then how many years did it take for you to do that? I'm sorry. Are these all questions about me specifically, or are they more so questions about the position? Worry. It's a good bit of both. Achoo! I don't personally feel very, excuse me, I don't feel very comfortable exactly sharing my personal information with you, per se, but if there's any questions that you have about the position at hand, I would be very happy to answer those. Okay, well, you should really move this desk and seating situation to where it's not so much of a hazard if someone were to sneeze or something like that, but you're causing me to skip around my questions a little bit. I'm skipping number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we'll go to number 11. How do you support your staff? Okay, this has really been wonderful, but I actually have another person coming in for an interview in just about 15 to 20 minutes, and I just need some time in between each interview. So if there's not too many more questions, or if that is the last question that you have for me pertaining to actual workspace, I mean, I obviously support my staff in any way that is possible for me to support them. It's a little bit of a vague question, and I feel like it's not exactly pertaining to the interviewing position. So if I were doing this interview, I would be the one asking you, what are your weaknesses? And you would tell me, my weakness is time management. I am not able to manage time to where I can have a natural, valid interview with somebody where they can have questions and you can answer back before you have another interview coming in. So I just think that that's a little bit of something that maybe you could work on. maybe. But I understand. I did have 15 questions here, though, and you've caused me to skip from 4 down to 10, and now I'm only on number 11. So if you could have the courtesy to let me just get through 14 through, 15, I would, or, I'm so sorry there. 12 through 14, 15, and I'd really appreciate it. Go ahead and finish. Well, what a wonderful change of heart. I just love to see it. Okay, well, I did have one question that wasn't actually pertaining on here because it did just pop into my brain, and I hadn't had a chance to jot it down because I just didn't know. I could see that you are obviously far along with child, so congratulations. Do you know if you're having a boy or a girl? Again, those would be personal questions and not exactly something that I am actually wanting to discuss with you, considering that you are still a stranger. As you can obviously see, yes, I am pregnant, but I am not going to be discussing that. So again, if you had any questions about the job, can I say something and you not take it, to heart? Yeah. Okay, so I think, personally, you wouldn't have so many positions open all the time for new employees, if you know what I'm saying. If maybe you yourself were so closed off all of the time, because I see those little interview things pop up on my Facebook and all over the interview places all the time, and I'm just wondering what's going on over there. Now I'm kind of getting a glimpse for myself. You're very closed off, and sometimes people are just trying to build a relationship with you, and you're making it a little bit difficult. Well, see, at this stage right now, I'm not really looking to build relationships, but more of get a feel of the person's thoughts when I'm asking them the questions that I have written down here, so then I can compare them to all the interviews that I have laid out before me, and I can kind of see who's the best pick. And then from then on, whoever I pick, I would obviously build a relationship with. I can't build a relationship with every single person that comes in here for an interview. That would be ridiculous. So, okay. Well, unfortunately, and I know that this is going to be a hard one for you to even swallow watching me walk away, but I don't feel that this is going to be the best fit for me, because I just need somewhere that's going to be a little bit more emotionally stable than you, and I mean that with the most love absolutely possible, okay? I just thought maybe I could come in here with a different ideology and kind of switch things around, but I'm seeing that heels are being dug in. That's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay. So, I wish you all the best. I do. I really, really, really do. Thank you. I'm going to see myself out. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Oh my God. I'm not going to keep on rambling, but you get the point. I just feel like if this was a more opening and loving place, starting here at the forefront with your very stoic and kind of face, maybe you could be a little bit more inviting, and then everyone in here could be a little bit more inviting to follow you. I just feel that often this is something that's overlooked, and a lot of times I need to think about the relationships that you're building with your staff. You know what I mean?
At least she's gone, but let's not make the same mistake twice.
And of course she's up at the front desk, freaking bothering Sharon. Oh, God. See, I told you I'd be quick. I just had a few concerns that I thought that you maybe should know about, and maybe take into heart and feel and fix, possibly. Because when I was a little girl, I was told that if you had a thought that popped up into your noggin and it lasted for longer than 3 seconds, that it was worth sharing. It was worth sharing, and people should know about it. So it's something I've been thinking about this whole time, surely longer than 3 seconds. So I thought you should know. Well, I just have to say I really appreciate speaking to you. What did you say your name was? Oh, seeing right there, it's Sharon, in big, bold letters. Sharon fits you wonderfully. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to have the pleasure of seeing me every morning to grace your presence and kind of brighten your day, because this is not exactly an environment I feel I'm going to thrive in. So, all the best to you, and I will be seeing myself out. Remember to think about what I said, though. Oh, thank God, finally. All right. Okay, I'm gonna be so honest. I was watching from the cameras, and I just could not come up here and help you, even though I really wanted to. I just could not stand to listen to her voice grating for another second. She was driving my gears and my brain off the rocker in my office. So, thankfully, she is gone. She just carried an entire conversation by herself and then thanked me for the wonderful conversation. And also told me that she would not be working here because it would not be a place that she could thrive. So, it's more than one good news. Oh yeah, she was sure to let me know before she left my office that she is not going to be a good fit for here. But anyway, I have, I thought I was going to have more time between interviews, but she should be here within at least the next 5 to 10 minutes. So just send her on back when she gets here, please. Hi, I'm Megan. I am 7 minutes early, so I don't know if I'm even able to be seen. If not, it's really fine. I could sit and wait, or... It's perfectly fine that you're early. She's let me know that when the next person gets here to just send them on back. So all I need you to do is sign in here, and you can go through here. Our door should be open behind me. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Hello. Hello, come on in. You must be Megan. Yes, I am Megan. You must be Debbie. It's wonderful to meet you. I sure am. Come on in, take a seat, and we'll get started on the interview. Ready when you are. All right, let's get right into it. So, how long have you been working in childcare? 4 years, and loving it. Okay, that's good. What do you love most about it? Well, the ability to connect with the kids is just amazing. Kind of being their home away from home, for lack of a better word. You know, I just feel like a lot of kids sometimes don't have the best circumstances at home, and maybe school setting is their happy place. So being able to provide them with that comfort and happy place is something that I personally really enjoy. I mean, obviously, caring for the children who are well taken care of as well, but just a little extra bonus for me. I'm sorry, I'm a little, I am pregnant. I don't know if you could tell, but I am a little hormonal, so that was a very good answer. Hit me right. Carry on. What would you say is your greatest, weakness? My weaknesses. Anxiety, I guess. I get anxious, when put on the spot a little bit about things like this. I tend to get a little bit anxious, but, nothing too bad, but I'd have to say that's probably my biggest weakness. Okay. And then your greatest strength? My greatest strength? Well, I'm definitely a team player. I love, like, working together as a team, getting things done. Teamwork makes the dream work. So I guess that would be my greatest strength. Okay. Well, that's all I need. Did you have any questions for me? When can I start? I thought I could give you like a definitive answer right now, but I'm actually not able to, because it's not just up to me. So I definitely will be in contact soon with you to let you know how things are going. Just go ahead and close that door on your way out. She was normal, no? Or am I crazy? Hi, I'm Sophia. I saw the listing that you guys had online, for a nursery employee, and I was wondering if I could talk to management or whoever's in charge to see if maybe I could do an interview or set up one, possibly. Hello. Let me go check with her and see if she has availability to see you now or what she'd like to do. Give me a moment. Not a problem at all. She's available to see you. She said you can come on back. I just need you to sign in here. Go through this gate, and directly behind me there's a door that's open, which is her office. Thank you. Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm really grateful that you taking the time out of your day to speak with me. I thought that at best I was going to get maybe a scheduled date for an interview, but this is amazing. So I just want to say, starting off, I'm very grateful that you're speaking to me right away. It's no big deal at all. Actually, you kind of caught me in the middle of doing this exact thing. I was free and open though, so it's perfect. Go ahead and take a seat and we'll get started. The first question, how long have you been working in the childcare industry? 6 years. It's all I've ever done, in the work field. Okay, and what would you say your favorite part about it is? Honestly, for me, it would be the challenge. I love how challenging some days can be, how comforting some days can be, but I really strive for a challenge because I feel like it grows you as a person, and I love seeing the different ways that different people parent, and I just think it's just all a big learning opportunity. Amazing. And then following that, what would you say your weaknesses are? So I wasn't recognized as the loudest kid in school, so I guess that could be considered a weakness. I have a little bit of trouble elevating my voice, and I'm not the most on-time person ever, but I do always try to be on time, that is. Okay, I mean, I'm rarely on time anywhere I go, but okay. Why do you want this job? Well, I would love a new environment to grow and thrive in. The last place I was at tended to feed into a little bit of the surrounding drama, and I am just not one for that, so I kind of removed myself despite how much I loved the children, and the few connections that I did have there, it just was taking a mental toll on me. So I just want to find a healthy environment where I can thrive and grow and be challenged healthily. A healthy challenge is important, and it's good to know that you strive for that, and drama, always good to be put on the back burner. We do not like drama here. Okay, do you have any questions for me? I did have a couple questions regarding, I saw the base payout that was listed with the job description. However, I was wondering if that is adjustable, like depending on how long you've been here, say 6 months and so on and so forth. Yeah, anyone who's doing good, there's always a raise on the table for question. Of course, I'm always open and willing to have that conversation with my staff. Okay, awesome. It's just good to know for my headspace that I have goals to reach, and inevitably that I can reach them. Other than that, I don't really know that I have any other questions other than, you know, when would I start and things like that. But obviously, I don't think that you have those answers right now, which is obviously totally understandable. Yeah, you're definitely right in saying that I wouldn't exactly have that answer for you just yet, but as soon as whoever is picked out of the applicants that I have interviewed, they will be getting, let's see. So I'm pregnant. I don't know if you can obviously tell. So I'll be going on maternity leave as well, and I'm realizing now that I have another staff member who's going to be going on maternity leave who I have not really factored in. So there's a possibility that I need to hire 2 people. But again, that's all, I'm getting ahead of myself. That's all information that if I give you a call, then you'll be known about. But otherwise, it's kind of just a waiting game. But thank you, and congratulations, and congratulations to one of your employees as well. I didn't realize there were 2 pregnant women here. That's amazing. But yeah, I will be eagerly sitting by my phone and hoping to hear back from you. Thank you for taking time, Debbie. Of course, not a problem. Go ahead and shut that door on your way out. Thank you. Well, Megan and Sophia are obviously, well, I can't speak. You are. So, I think I'll lay them all out so you can see them better, but think. Hi, I'm here for an interview, and I'm Stacy. Lily, and you are? I have an application interview here with Debbie. Hi, I have an interview type vibe with Debbie, I think her name was. I know it's only noon and my appointment was at 1:30, but I just figured like early bird gets the worm type of vibe, and maybe I could see her soon. Hi, I'm Sandy. I'm here for an interview with Debbie. Hi, I'm Megan. I'm here for an interview. I am 7 minutes early though, so I don't know if she's ready for me or if I should just sit out here and wait. Hi, I'm Sophia. I saw the listing that you guys had online for a nursery employee, and I was wondering if I could talk to management or whoever's in charge to see if maybe I could do an interview or set up one, possibly. Hi, I'm Stacy. Must be Lily. And you must be Debbie and Baby. Hi. Yes. I'm not sure if this lovely lady over here has passed along, but I am Sandy. It's so lovely to meet you. Yes, I am Megan. You must be Debbie. It's wonderful to meet you. Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm really grateful that you taking the time out of your day to speak with me. I thought that at best I was going to get maybe a scheduled date for an interview, but this is amazing. So how long have you worked in childcare? 3 years. 10 years. So I am fairly new, but I feel like it's one of those things where it's like you're either made for it or you're not, and I am. So, how long have you been working in childcare? Well, how long have you been? 4 years, and loving it. 6 years. Okay. What do you enjoy most about working with children? Well, I feel like I've always been drawn to kids ever since I was one myself. I was always that little girl who was trying to like take care of the rest of the kids in the surrounding area, and they're like, but you're still a kid, you can't take care of them. I'm honest, everything. I love being able to connect with the children, teach them, inspire them, be a safe space for them. I really don't have a negative thing to say about it as a whole. I mean, everything. It's such a vibe, it's such a privilege, it's such a... There's just nothing better. I love everything about it. Let me take that question and I'll flip it on you, and I'll just say my least favorite things about teaching and being in charge of children. I'm not a big fan of the neediness and the repetitiveness of being, hello, Mrs. The ability to connect with the kids is just amazing. Kind of being their home away from home, for lack of a better word. You know, I just feel like a lot of kids sometimes don't have the best circumstances at home, and maybe school setting is their happy place, so being able to provide them with that comfort and happy place is something that I personally really enjoy. I mean, obviously caring for the children who are well taken care of as well, but just honestly, for me, it would be the challenge. I love how challenging some days can be, how comforting some days can be, but I really strive for a challenge because I feel like it grows you as a person. What would you say is your greatest weakness? Well, if you ask my mom, she'd say saying like too much. Honest, I would say none, because I believe if you see that you have weaknesses in yourself, then that's what creates the weaknesses to go deeper and deeper. But if you don't think you have any, then you can only rise. Pregnancies are such a vibe. That's so cool. I'm so happy for you. I was just saying, I feel like it's such a privilege to just be in this position to... I see you're jotting things down right now, so while you're going ahead and do that, I'll go ahead and pull out the questions that I've prepared for you. Anxiety, I guess. I get anxious when put on the spot a little bit about things like this. I tend to get a little bit anxious, but I'm just really looking for a new environment to grow and thrive in. The previous place I was at kind of tended to feed into the surrounding drama, and that's not really anything I want anything to do with. It was beginning to take a mental toll on me. So let's see who we went with. Okay. All right. Hi, Sophia. This is Debbie from the daycare. Yep. I just wanted to give you a call back and let you know that we have selected you for a second round of interviews. If you could come on in. Yep. We can schedule it. Well, when do you have available next? Perfect. Well, we could do tomorrow. Amazing. Perfect. Let's do tomorrow at 10:30. Amazing. Look forward to seeing you, Sophia. Bye-bye. Okay. Hi, Megan. Yes, this is Debbie from the daycare. Amazing. How are you? Well, yep, I am calling you back about, so I'm going to do a second interview process, and I've selected you to be coming back for the second interview. So if you could let me know when you have availability soonest. Perfect. Why don't we do noon tomorrow? Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, bye-bye, Megan. Okay, 10:30 and noon. 10:30 and noon. That's no big deal. We've got this. 10:30 and noon. I don't know what to ask them. I don't know what the best questions are to ask them. Specifically, what kind of questions you guys want me to ask them, considering you guys are going to be the ones that are picking. Right now, it's only looking like one, but if they blow me out of the water with the answers to the questions that you guys provide, maybe there will be two. I'll pick 4 or 5 questions out of the ones that you guys provide, and that's what we'll go with. Yes, we'll do a double feature. Good morning, Sophia. Come on in. Let's get started. Take a seat. And good morning. Thank you so much for taking the time to have me back for a second interview. It is truly an honor. Well, you were actually chosen out of a group of quite a few, you and one other, so I was secretly hoping that it was only just me now, but it's understandable. May the odds be in whoever's favor, whatever the saying is. Alright, well, let me get right into this then. I've got a couple questions prepared for you on like a secondary level compared to the questions that I previously asked you. Just answer them with your honest feedback, what you would or wouldn't do. So, starting off strong, how would you handle an emergency? Well, starting off strong indeed. Well, since I'm newer, I would kind of just follow someone who's in charge or look to a leader for guidance on what exactly I should be doing, and then from there learn what to do. Okay, well, I mean, effective communication is always a great tool, but say there was an issue with communication amongst your coworkers, how would you handle a situation like that, for instance? Well, I always strive to have as open as a conversation as I can with everyone. I'm always open to listening, and if it's a conversation or a conflict rather versus two of my coworkers where I feel like I could do some help, I would try to talk to the two of them together and maybe come to a solution all together. Okay, again, effective communication. We love to see it. So, say coworkers are all getting along, but the parents are disagreeing on the way that they want to raise their child, and they've given you two separate instructions. Who essentially are you following? Well, I've actually dealt with something kind of very similar to this. There was a discrepancy where the parents had told the teacher one thing, but I had known it to be another. And so just to double check to make sure that there wasn't any issues, we just checked the file to see what was originally written down. 9 times out of 10, I find that that is what they want, and whatever's going on currently, they may have this like slight disagreement or discrepancy, but it always kind of goes back to the original plan. So my go-to for then and for now is to check the file. Okay, and if for whatever reason the file says nothing? Well, I would hope that the file wouldn't say nothing. I mean, I would hope that it would be complete, because an incomplete file would mean we'd need to get more information from mom and dad, and in that case, I would just call them, because best out of word of mouth of at least one of the parents, and whoever I was able to make contact with, that's the parent I would go with. At the end of the day, I'm not here to raise people's child, just take care of them to the best of my ability with what I'm provided with. Okay, and getting a little bit more on the personal side of things, is this more of a stepping stone for you, or is this something that you see as a long-term career? Long-term career, for sure. If I could do this forever, I would gladly do so. I love working with kids, and especially the teeny tiny ones. And why exactly did you leave your current situation, your previous situation, pardon me? I know that you had previously said that it was something to do with drama, but is there more to elaborate on there? Not a whole lot. I can if you wish for me to. Sometimes people really tend to feed in, stir the pot, feed the fire the flame, whatever the saying you want to go with when it comes to drama, and I'm someone who definitely tends to disengage, and I don't want any part of any drama, and that was kind of a consistently drama-filled place, unfortunately, like I said before, but I just hope that I can find a place where it's not such drama-filled. I'm sorry, but by that you mean it was almost like teenage pettiness, drama, belittling to a degree, just a little bit of ridiculousness. It's something that people our age shouldn't be dealing with. Some people were just out of high school, and so a lot of it was an interesting group of people, and it was just not the best meshed together group of people. So it just wasn't a fit. Okay. Do you know anyone currently working at the daycare right now? Nope, not to my knowledge anyway. Okay, and my final closing question for you is, why should I hire you above the others? Well, with my 6 years of experience, I think that I've proven that I can grow and adapt and uplift those around me. I can provide parents with an extreme sense of security, knowing that their child is perfectly safe and well taken care of in my care. Amazing, Sophia. And I've got to say, not that it's mine to point out or anything, but I do notice that you are a little bit louder today than you were the other day, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much for noticing. Elevating my voice is something that I am working very hard on doing, so your acknowledgement really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much, Debbie. I hope to hear back from you soon. Have a great one, Sophia. That went amazing. That went amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, Megan will be here in a little bit, so we still have to see that one, but how do we think? I mean, I feel like that went amazing. What do you think? Let's give Sophia's work references a call. Look through here. Hello. Who am I speaking with? Hi, my name is Debbie, and I'm calling on behalf of Sophia. She's put you down as a reference, and I just wanted to...
Sophia! Yep. She's wonderful.
We just loved her to pieces here. Unfortunately, there was some drama, but she had to leave. You know, people say they never find an employee like her. I don't think I ever will. Okay? Let me tell you something. You'll be blessed to have her at your daycare. She's just a treat. Caring, on time, can't say enough things. Quite frankly, I'm jealous. Amazing. All right. Well, I mean, I had some questions for you, but you kind of covered it all there. So, thank you so much. Not a problem at all. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Right, bye-bye. Well, next is Megan. Hello. Hello, Megan. So lovely to see you. Come on in. Take a seat, and we'll get started right away. Perfect. All right. So these questions are just going to be a little bit more in-depth than the questions that I have already given you, just to kind of get a feel of how you would participate in this job, what you think about certain things, how you would handle certain situations. So, real simple. Yeah, amazing. I'm ready when you are. Amazing. So, first question I have for you is, how would you go about handling an emergency? Protocol. I'm really, really big on protocol. So I personally would want to learn that beforehand, before I'm doing anything, so I just know, in case of an emergency, what exactly I should be doing, when I should be doing it. Protocol. Okay, amazing. I mean, that's the answer we're kind of always hoping for, isn't it? We want to know what's going on, what we should be doing and shouldn't be doing at all times. So that's amazing. What if we're having some communication problems amongst our coworkers? Oh, if it has nothing to do with me, I'd like to just stay out of it. I mean, I let people handle their own issues. I don't want any problems with anyone. Okay, well, I can understand not wanting drama within your own life if it has nothing to do with you. I mean, I kind of tend to go by the rule, if it's done in front of you to where you can see it and you can hear it, it's now your business. So, especially in a work setting when the kids are within the realm of being impacted by communication issues or fighting, whatever the case may be, I think that there should be some plan in place if you're seeing that, perhaps. Well, I guess in that case, I would try to get the two of them to sit down and talk to each other and figure out what's the issue between the two of them and hope that they can solve it. If not, then I guess I would go to a superior like you and just kind of let them know, or you know, what's going on and how we can best handle it. Okay. And what if we have two parents that are feeling two different ways about a decision when it comes to their child? Oh, mom. Mom always knows what's right. I mean, mother knows best, as the old saying goes, but it really is 90% of the time the mom who's right about those types of scenarios, so I always just go with whatever the mom said. I hate to disagree with you, but I do need to, because, well, as the old saying goes, it's not as accurate as it seems, right? Because we don't always have just mothers as the guardians. It could be single fathers, there could be a grandparent, adopted, whatever the circumstance, the case is. It could be an aunt, an uncle, whoever is taking care of the child. I think all should be valued the same, no? I guess in that scenario, I would go with, like, primary caretaker, who's with them the most, and just make contact with everyone who's top on the list and just double check everything. Okay, and getting into the more personal side of the interview, do you see this position as more of like a stepping stone or a permanent position that you'd like to have? So it's a little bit of both. I would love to be in the childcare field no matter what, but I would like to be kind of maybe in charge of a room, maybe like a head teacher one day. I know I'm not there yet, but that way in the sense of a stepping stone, but not too far. And why is it that you left your last position? I moved, so it was sad, but it just needed to happen money-wise and all sorts of things. Just wasn't exactly the best town to be in anymore, just very expensive for not a lot of good reasons, so I just needed to get out and find a better place. Okay. And do you know anyone who's currently working at the daycare? I do not. Okay. And last question that I have for you is, why should we hire you out of all of the applicants that have applied? Well, I think you should hire me because I can bring a team member to your team that is trustworthy, with great communication, and someone that you can depend on. No matter what's going on, I am someone who is secure and gonna be there for you. All right, well, that is all that I have for you, Megan. I appreciate you coming down and speaking with me, and I will be in contact soon. You go ahead and see yourself out, and if you could just shut the door on your way out, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, y'all, this is it. This is it. Megan or Sophia, or both. Help me.
Hello?
Hello, my name is Debbie, and I am calling on behalf of Megan.
Megan?
Yep, she had put you down as a reference.
Oh, Megan. Yep, Megan. What about
I
her?
was wondering if you had a moment to speak with me just about her just for a second.
You caught me at a really busy moment, but I'll take a second.
Perfect. Yeah. I will make it quick. I was just wanting to know about her overall demeanor. Was she her attitude at work? It was
fine. Nothing to write home about, but nothing to complain.
Okay.
The bar is low. A lot of these youngsters don't like working.
okay. And how was she time-wise?
On time most of the time. Can't complain.
Okay.
And I'm real strict about time, so I'd remember.
Amazing. Awesome. Sorry. Okay, and she had told me that she had left your facility due to moving. I just wanted to make sure that there was nothing else.
Nothing on our end. She just needed to leave to a new town.
Perfect.
All right, honey. I said I'd give you a second. It's been more than a second.
Well, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, well, that turned out good. I think most of us were for both, but we were not sure about Megan, so now we have references. I think it's time I call both girls back, take your guys' opinions into consideration, obviously, since you're the one picking, and do some working interviews. So, let's do that. Hi, Sophia. Yep, this is Debbie here. I just wanted to give you a call and let you know that you've essentially moved on to the next step of this process, and I'd really love you to come in for a working interview. Yep, so basically all that would be is you're going to come in for a shorter than a regular, what a actual shift would be. You're going to just come in for a period of time so we can kind of get a feel for how you work with the staff in the middle of the day. We can choose to start it in the morning. Ideally, that's where I would say, so you can get a kind of feel for the morning shift startup of the day, or we could do it however you wanted to do it, but it's basically the shift will be split up into two separate sections, and you can choose whether to come in the beginning of the shift or the end of the shift. You prefer the beginning. Okay, amazing. I will put you down. And are you available this week? Tomorrow would be fantastic. Amazing. So we will have you and we'll see you here tomorrow morning at the nursery. All right. Amazing. Bye-bye. At the nursery, at the daycare, in the nursery. Jesus. Hello. I'm just giving you a call because I wanted to let you know that you've gone on to the next step of this process, and I'd really love you to come in for a working interview. Well, we've gone ahead and gone with two applicants, you and Sophia, and so I have Sophia coming in the morning. You're more than welcome to come in and work with her as well. We can see how we all kind of mesh as a team, or if you'd like to take the afternoon portion of the shift. Perfect. And I did mention that was tomorrow morning. I'm so sorry. Are you available? I mean, I know it's real short note. Oh, perfect. Perfect. We will see you tomorrow morning then. Amazing. Look forward to it. Bye-bye. Okay. Let's do it. All right, guys, this morning we have two people coming in for their working interviews. We've got a Megan and a Sophia. They both seem level-headed. I've checked with both of their references. One was a little odd, but seemed okay, and the other one seemed pretty spot on. So I'm hoping that the two of them are good candidates for the positions we have available. I intended to go with just one, but since you're going to be going on maternity leave, as am I, the more hands-on deck, the better. Obviously, I'm going to have to find someone else to come in, but I have someone lined up for me. But as far as all hands on deck for all the classrooms, I think we should be good with this arrangement. Fingers crossed that they are good. Okay, so if there's two coming, I mean, obviously I'm going to go on maternity leave, but when I do come back, am I going to be going back to the toddler classroom or back to, and he, like, basically, are the two of them being hired for the nursery, or? Yes, as of right now, they are both for the nursery, so that's where they'll go, and Heather, you are in charge of the nursery, so play it by ear if we need to move things around, but that's the plan for now. All right, sounds good to me. Sounds great to me. All right, well, they're both going to be here at the same time this morning. They'll be here by 8, and they'll be leaving at 12. And then after 12, we'll debrief together to kind of see how everything went. So if anything happens before then, you come and get me and let me know what's going on, okay? Yeah, I think we've got this. Fingers crossed, Heather. We've got 10 minutes until they come in, but fingers crossed, please. We need this. Hello and good morning. I'm here for my first part of my working interview. All right, all I need is your ID from you and then just have you sign in there. And then once that's complete and I've checked you into the system, I'll be able to buzz you in through the gate. As well as everything goes well today and you are an employee of the daycare, you'll get an access code that you can punch in over there on the wall. Yeah, not a problem. Here you go. And it's good to know. Thank you. I'm really glad you guys have like tight security and nobody's led back unless they have their code or go through you. It's really good I'm sure the parents feel great about that. Yes, any extra level of security we may have is obviously comforting to the parents. Children's safety is our top priority, so you're all cleared to go in. You should be able to just push through. Amazing. Thank you so much. Hello, good morning. I'm Sophia. Good morning, Sophia. It's nice to meet you. I'm Lauren. Heather's just back there. You'll meet her in just a second. She's kind of got her hands full. If you want to come in and set your things down, we have a place where we kind of keep them all. So I'll show you the way. Perfect. Good morning. Hi, Sharon. Good morning. I'm not sure if you remember me from just the other day, but I am Megan, and I am here for my working interview. I do remember, yes. I'm just going to need your ID for verification of who you are. Go ahead and sign in here. If everything goes smooth with your working interview, when you become an employee, you will get your own code that you can punch in over there on the wall to expedite this whole process. But for now, this is the process. No, for sure. So, can I have it? Have what? Your ID and your signature? Oh, sorry. Hold on. My boyfriend is so excited for me, and he is just nonstop blowing up my phone. I just wanted to get all these sent in before I actually get in there. I do not want to be on my phone on my first day. Okay, babe, this is my last text I'm sending. I have to get into work now. I love you, and thank you for all your support. Okay, you said you needed my ID. Yes. Perfect. I'm so sorry. That probably seems like such a bad impression. I am going to put my phone away right this second. I do not mean to be rude. He's so sweet. He just had so many things to say. So, thank you. Perfect. Does every staff member have to sign in every morning with their ID? No. As I said before, once you have gone through the process of your working interview and everything goes smooth and you've been selected as an employee, you will get your own personal number that you can punch in on the wall over there. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Awesome. Perfect. Am I ready to go then? You're all set. Thank you so much, Sharon. Wish me luck. That one needs to learn some listening skills. Good morning. I am Megan. Oh, sorry. So sorry. I'm going to put this away just a second. Not a problem. So if you wanted to, I am so sorry. I am so unbelievably sorry. It is done. It is off. What were you saying? It's okay. I was just beginning to say that if you wanted to follow me back, that I could show you where you kind of set your things. We have Sophia, who is new today as well, working for her working interview, already back there with Heather. So if you wanted to, yes, please lead the way. I will follow directly behind, and I will put all my things where you say to put them. So you just set your things here. Heather's in the diaper closet right now, kind of showing her the way around. The way we're kind of going to try to do it, this is kind of a new thing for both of us, is we're each going to have one of you for the time being. So you're going to kind of shadow me, and she's going to kind of shadow Heather. Heather is the leader in the classroom, so if you have any, big questions, you can ask her. But for the most part, I should have the answer to anything you might need. Okay, perfect. I will definitely ask any questions that I need. I've never done a working interview before either, so I am a little bit nervous, but I'm so sorry, my phone is ringing. Can I take this really, really quickly? Oh, we don't typically answer, our phone calls in here. It'll be 2 seconds, I swear. And then I'm literally putting it in my bag. My My location is not off. I'm at work. I'm at work. As soon as I got here, I texted you and I told you that I was at work. It's not off. Okay. I love you. I have to put my phone in my bag now and kind of get in trouble. So, okay. I love you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's just something we just kind of tend to stay off of our phones in here, definitely, as babies are coming in, which someone is. Good morning! Good morning. Nice to see that there are some new faces here. Wish I had the time to go and introduce myself to each and every one of you, but good morning. Here to drop off my butterball. Hand her off to you. I will go ahead and sign myself out, and I will see you all this afternoon. Bye-bye. That was kind of abrupt. Wasn't expecting to be holding a baby this quickly, but here I am. Sorry, just for the time being until everything's back from the background checks and everything like that, and you are officially working here, let's try to refrain from actually touching the kids, which in this case was totally not your fault. He just kind of passed her on to you. That's Steve. If you do start working here, you're going to learn to know that he wants to be in here as little time as possible. So, especially with pickups, with drop-offs, it's quick. So usually I have his stuff ready to go when he can just... But my thing is, like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And he doesn't really cause me many problems. He's quick, he's easy, it's fine. And she's easy too, so. Okay, if this is a dumb question, totally let me know. But if I guess I've never done a working interview, so I don't really know, like I said before. But if I can't touch the babies or anything, what do I really do then? I mean, your first time ever being in a daycare, maybe your first working interview, but it's not your first time being in a nursery, right? No, I've got plenty of experience. I just feel like when it's a new environment, everything kind of feels brand new. But you're right, I need to think to what I'm doing, what I need to get done. Exactly, you have experience, so you know that there's plenty of things that you could do. I mean, no, you're fully right. I mean, there's all kinds of things we could do. We could do the notes for the day and ready bottle preps, or if any new areas need diapers or anything like that. But there's all sorts of different kinds of things that we could do. I could do anyway. I thought that you would put your phone in your bag. Yeah, no, I did, but then I just I put it back. I just put it back in my pocket because it just feels a little bit, well, and just in case anybody like needs to get hold of me or anything. And you know, I mean, my boyfriend's super excited about me starting here. We've been looking for me to get a job for forever, so it's super awesome. Oh, that's really awesome that he's supporting you through your working interview. I just, yeah. My only thing that I would say, without trying to stick my nose in anyone's business or anything, is I feel like he could probably wait till the end of the day to hear from you, right? And the only thing I was saying was Debbie can access the cameras in here, so if she happens to peek and sees you on your phone, it may not be the best thing for your working interview, and you do want to be hired, so that's all I'll say. You are totally right. You are totally right. I didn't even think about her being able to see. He is gonna be perfectly fine not reaching, being able to read. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go put my phone in my bag, and there it will stay. Okay. Why don't we get you laid on down? Okay, so she's laying down. Everyone's gonna start trickling in very soon. So for now, I think that we could either have you just kind of wiping things down over here, since this isn't gonna be touched right now anyway. And more so until this afternoon, so we could get through there, or you could begin to kind of jot down everyone's names onto their take-home sheets for the day. Obviously, you don't know everyone's names, but you can go through the book, and then I will just double-check whatever you've done. So, either or. Take your pick, or both if you have time. Okay, you've got it. Okay, perfect. I see you're starting on the papers. I'm going to go poke my head, see how Heather and Sophia are gathering and getting things organized in there, and I will be right back. Literally 2 seconds. Just wanted to pop my head in, see if anybody needed anything. Any hands? We're good? We're doing good. Organizing away. I mean, Sophia's a natural. She's been chatting with me. I feel a little bit bad I haven't gone up there yet, but I will go up there and meet Megan in just a second. We're literally almost done. Yeah, I told her you were back here with Sophia. So glad to hear everything is going so smooth. But yeah, whenever she'll be here. I mean, I had her start on papers. I'm not sure if that's what you wanted her on. I mean, we can always switch things around, but that's just what I had her copying, pasting names from the book. Yeah, that's perfect. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I will be out there in 2 seconds. Perfect. And before you could, if we could just have a second when you're done doing whatever you're doing, I just have to talk to you about something real quick. Yeah, just a second. I'll get to you. Perfect. All Alright, so there's not much more we can do in here to keep things organized, so we're pretty much done in here. Let's see, if Megan's doing the papers, that means that you could probably wipe things down before we get into that section of the day, per se. Yeah, let's have you start there. Actually, why don't we just go together and we can both introduce ourselves to Megan. Sounds good to me. Good morning. Yep, we'll see you this afternoon. Bye-bye. Megan, how long were they standing there before I walked up? I mean, you were supposed to be doing the papers, but it seems like you were just sitting on your phone. It's supposed to be in your bag. Well, it was in my bag, but then it just started ringing, and I ran and grabbed it, and I shouldn't have. But I did start the papers, and I can't say for sure how long that they were standing there, but obviously not long enough to be upset. I mean, they seemed happy. Right, but do you remember the conversation that we had earlier about this being like a working interview and Debbie having eyes everywhere and is able to see that you're just kind of chilling on your phone and not attending to guests when they arrive? And plus we had talked about maybe putting our phone in our bag, and you had put your phone in your bag, and it's a little bit getting to the point where I'm kind of feeling a little bit concerned for you that you can't be away from your phone if your boyfriend is texting you or calling you. I can go all day without talking to him. It's just that I wasn't expecting my phone to ring, and I thought maybe it was my mom that was calling, but it wasn't. It was just him, and he was just wanting to make sure that everything was good. I think honestly that he thought it was my lunch break, and so he was just calling to make sure everything was good. Once I told him it wasn't my lunch break, we got off the phone, and it should have stayed in the bag, like you said. I said before, and I agreed with you then. I agree with you now. She's eyes everywhere, and I shouldn't be doing this, especially since this is an interview. So in the bag it goes, and in the bag it will stay. It's 9:45. Yeah, no, I know. Well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, you're saying you think that maybe he thought that you were on your break, but it doesn't really make any sense considering you don't have a secured position here yet, and so lunch breaks haven't really been established, and you are also leaving at noon, so that would be considered for your lunch break today, considering you're only going to be here for a short period of time. Well, I'm not saying that that's for sure what was going on. I'm not actually 100% positive if he thought that I was on lunch break or not. I'm just kind of guessing that maybe that's what he was calling about because I had already told him I was at work. So, but it's solved. My phone is in my bag, and that's where it's going to stay. It's not a big deal. It's not it's not that I think that it's a big deal. It's more so that, like, we've had this conversation a few times now in the span of a really short amount of time, and I just want to make sure that I'm kind of getting across to you that may not be the best idea. And it also, I don't want to speak out of turn, but it just seems like kind of like a possibly safety concerning situation that you can't go without answering the phone with your boyfriend. So, safety concerning, like you're concerned for my safety? That's ridiculous. Please, no way. He is the sweetest ever. He's just excited for, no, I should have put my phone in my bag, but absolutely not anything that you're inferring. He's the sweetest could possibly be. I mean, not trying to insinuate anything. It just, puzzle pieces fit together. It just makes a picture. That's all. So I just wanted to make sure. Hello, you must be Megan. I am Heather, and this is Sophia. You guys are both starting your working interviews today. So, as you know, she's been with me. She's going to go over and wipe up the rest of these toys. It's right over here. And I see that you started up on the papers, so that is amazing. How are things going? So good. It's going so good. Right, Lauren? Yeah, that's right, Megan. Everything is going really good. We did have a small issue with the phone for a second there, but everything seems to be going smooth. I think we're on the same page now. Right, Megan? I'm sensing just ever so slightly a little bit of tension between the two of you. Is everything okay? Everything is fine. I just want to have a good working interview, so. Okay, so just so we're on the same page, I've had to remind her 4 or 5 times now to keep her phone away from what she's doing. She's been on the phone, texting, and even on, like, the physical phone. Her boyfriend apparently is so excited, but it's kind of giving a little bit of, like, I don't know. It's just giving an iffy situation. I don't want to jump too far ahead. I even just slightly hinted at the fact that, like, safety may be a concern, and she kind of jumped down my throat, so I want to tread lightly, but I'm also kind of concerned because she seems afraid to not be on her phone
or like avoid his calls or texts, and it just seems like not the best situation. But she's adamant that it's fine, and adamant that she's going to keep her phone in her bag now. So there was tension. I wasn't crazy. Yeah, you're not crazy. I literally had to tell her so many times to get off of her phone, to the point where it's like becoming tense. It's tense. That's why I kind of tried to tell you I needed to talk to you earlier, because I just want us to be on the same page, seeing as you are the head teacher of the classroom. You should know what's going on. I'm sure Debbie has eyes on the camera and is seeing what's going on as well, but this interview is not going the best. I mean, she seems very sweet, but she's very, very adamant about being on her phone. I mean, it's in her bag now, so let's just give her the benefit of the doubt. But I'm glad to see at least Sophia is doing good, because this is not looking like 2 for 2. Okay, I'll keep an eye on Megan. I haven't personally seen her on her phone, so I don't have any grounds to say anything yet, but I will keep that in the back of my mind. And Sophia's doing wonderful. I have no concerns about her. She was doing great in the closet. She was helping me organize and seemed to get the gist of the whole system that we have down packed, so I think we're going to be fine with her. But I will definitely keep my eye on Megan. Thank you for leveling with me. See, like, this will actually be a perfect judgment, because the last time that I was back here, even to just speak with you, when I came back up front after I had just told her to get off her phone, she was back on her phone. So let's just go out there calmly and see if she's on her phone or not. So how's it going, Sophia? It's going amazing. I'm just disinfecting away. Amazing. All right. Well, guess I'll get busy then. Gosh, it is so nice to see everyone finding their place, and so peacefully. This seems like a good team, you guys. This is good. Hey, Megan. Is there any way that maybe you could silence your phone? Oh, I'm sorry. I just didn't want to be on it, so it's in my phone. I didn't know that it needed to be silenced as well. Morning. Good morning. Can you come here? Just because there's parents. It's not that it needs to be on silent. I'm sure the rest of the girls' phones are probably not on silent or on vibrate, but just for common courtesy, especially if we're getting repetitive texts that are dinging constantly, it should probably be on silent, right? I mean, I guess, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not really sure what the obsession is with my phone, because I understand me being on it is a problem, but now I've put it in my bag and we're still kind of talking about it. I will go silence it, but will that be the end of us talking about it? I would sure hope so, Megan. I mean, this is the last thing that I would want to be doing. I don't want to be griping on you about your phone, but it is a working interview. It is dinging constantly while we have parent. I mean, it was in my bag, but I will go silence it now as well. Yep, have a great rest of your day. Whose phone was dinging that whole time? It was Megan's, but we don't know for sure that it was mine. I mean, it could have been anyone's. Everyone's got their phone. You said yourself that the other girls probably don't have their phones on mute, so could have been anyone's. But right, but the dinging stopped when you went and silenced your phone. Anyway, it's all taken care of. There should be no more dinging. Well, I just don't know that it's exactly fair that I'm just taking the blame for whatever noises are being made, when just because you think I have an issue with being on my phone, obviously, and you've already implied that I'm in an unsafe relationship, which is also super unfair because you don't know my boyfriend at all, and you haven't met me for more than 2 seconds. So I don't want to take the blame when it could have been someone else's phone. This is a working interview. I'm trying to be on top of things. Right, but you were the one that was. If the phones are stopped dinging, then really it's a conversation we don't really need to be having anymore. Let's table it for now. If the phones start dinging again, then we will come back to this conversation. For now, let's just get to work, everybody. Come on, Lauren. Hi, I didn't get to actually formally introduce myself. I'm Megan, though. I can help you wipe things down if you need any help. I love that we're matching. Nice to meet you, Megan. I'm Sophia. I'm sure you've heard. I have still that section there to do, so I guess you could help me with that. Okay, perfect.
Can I ask you a question between just the two of us? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt you at all or be a know-it-all or tell you what to do, but there are signs that say that you can't come over into this section without the booties. I think the booties are just under that cabinet. So if you just want to put them on, then you can hop on over and help me. Where are the booties? And can someone tell me what areas need the booties and what areas don't? I think it was just this section because the babies crawl around over here. No offense, but I was asking them only because we're on the same level, so you're new, and I mean, we both obviously have prior experience, but we both don't know exactly how this new daycare runs. So I was asking them. Thank you, though. So actually, Sophia was right. Great job, Sophia. It's all really about reading the signs in here, so the booties are going to be in the cabinet that are labeled booties, and the sign over by the playpen right behind you, if you just turn around just a little bit, is stating that that is the area where the booties are required. Everywhere else, the babies are not going to be crawling around. So just the designated area, like Sophia had said. Okay, thank you. I just want a clarification because she's on the same level as me and new, so I could have asked Heather, obviously she is the head teacher, but you seem to be knowledgeable on it, so thank you for answering my question. What would you like me to do next, seeing as she can handle that, and I am done with writing the names on all of the charts? Why don't we ask the head teacher? Let's see what Heather would like you to do. Oh my goodness, I know that is so cold. I'm so sorry. I'm almost done. What's it? Oh, well, Sophia is finishing wiping up. There's just a little bit left, it seems, and Megan has written the names on the daily reports for the parents. So she is wondering what she should be doing next. I thought that it had been discussed that she was just going to follow you around, kind of shadow you. Right. Perfect. Okay. Amazing. And for the daily reports, even though she already wrote them up, which I do very much appreciate, I think that we should, just for safety and just to be due diligence, we should just write them up again and have those be like a practice thing. Everything that you write on the actual reports, she'll go ahead and write on the copy. At the end of the day, we can kind of see like how well things have been jotted down type of thing, but the physical reports would be done by you. But I already completed them. What have you completed? The daily reports that you were just talking about. Well, you couldn't have completed them because the day hasn't like finished yet, so it's not a big deal. We'll just have the copies be transferred over. Okay. Obviously the day hasn't been completed, but I was asked to write the names down, and I completed that, so now I'm just not sure why we're doing it again. It's not that we're doing it again, it's that she just wants to just verify that everything that was written is exactly right, so we just look through the book, and I'll write them down, and we'll double check to make sure everything. It's not a big deal. It's fine. I hate to be a pain, but it just doesn't really seem to make any sense. I mean, first of all, you had me write down the papers and copy it as it's written in the book. I'm obviously capable of copying and pasting something. If you wanted to check my work, why couldn't you just go and check what I'd written down compared to what's in the binder instead of having you write additional copies, wasting paper just to do the exact same thing anyway? It just doesn't exactly make sense. If you wanted to just check my work, since I am obviously at the level of a 3rd grader, then we never said that you were operating at a 3rd grade level. I mean, don't be ridiculous. Well, I'm sorry, but that's how it feels. I feel like I'm being treated like I am a child. I'm capable of copying and pasting something. And again, if you want to check my work, you can do that with the binder. I'm just not sure why we have to waste paper and make more work and waste time too, because I've already done it. It doesn't need to be done again. Well, I don't think that it's a waste of time. I don't think that it's ridiculous. I don't think that it's against anyone. I don't think anyone's treating you like you're a child. I think that you are doing a working interview, and I want to ensure that anything that the parents receive this afternoon is from an employee. And as of right now, you are not an employee. You are doing a working interview, which in my head, if I were you, I would think I would need to mend and blend and kind of navigate and learn the way the classroom works, which you're not exactly doing, but to each their own way. Every pot has a lid. I just have my own suggestions, and I think that as of right now, as the head of this classroom, I think that that is what should happen. Lauren, I'd like you to go ahead and make copies and make sure that everything she's written down is correct, and if you'd like to follow her along and shadow her, that would be absolutely wonderful. If not, you're free to go. What does that mean? I don't know how much more clear to say what I have said. I'd really like you to just mend and blend, and if you don't want to, then you are free to go. That's really it. I obviously want to stay and do the working interview, but it feels like you don't want me here or something. That isn't the case at all. I'd love for you to be here, but I'd also love for you to be a functioning member of our team, and if I have just asked of something to be done, I just don't really want any pushback about it, especially if you're not an actual employee on our staff. So once you're an employee here, everyone will respect your opinions and everything you have to say, but as of right now, I think you should just mend and blend and shadow. Okay. What's next, Lauren? The crib sheets. The crib sheets can be changed. So let's do that. Come on, Sophia. Let me walk you through the bottle warming process. Thank you both so much for coming, and I'm sure Debbie will be in contact with both of you very soon. Bye, Megan and Sophia. How do you feel? Well, Sophia is... How did they do? Did you happen to take a look at the cameras at any point today? No, I intentionally did not review them at all today. Obviously, I have the recordings if I need to review them later, but I wanted to walk into this with completely open mind, completely unbiased, and see the two of you opinion on how the girls did. Okay, well, in that case, I think that Sophia was amazing. She listened, she followed instructions well, she seemed to grasp the concept of things really well, respectful, followed instructions. Couldn't say enough nice things about Sophia. Okay, amazing. And you feel the same? Yeah, Sophia, she blended in beautifully. It was like she'd always been here. Very easy to ask her to help. She actually wiped down the whole play area for us, and she helped with all sorts of things. She kind of shadowed Heather the whole time she was here. I was a little nervous about Sophia, but I'm really, really glad that she's doing amazing. How's Megan? Well, don't tell me she didn't do good. It isn't that she didn't do good, it just, she did okay. There was a lot of pushback about things that I kind of wasn't expecting there to be pushback about. If you go ahead and reviewed the footage, you would see what I was referring to, but, yeah, we just had a little bit more difficulty with Megan than I think that the both of us were expecting. Couldn't have put it better myself. Okay, I'll obviously review the footage, but what kind of difficulties are we talking about here? I mean, is it something we can work past? Is it something where I need to just say no? So I was in the back closet organizing things with Sophia, so please correct me if I'm wrong in anything, but from what I'm understanding is there was a difficulty with having her phone put away. I guess Lauren had asked her on multiple occasions to put it away. She was kind of texting, and then her phone was dinging once she had put it away, so then there was another thing where we had to, and then there was pushback on that where it wasn't her phone or whose phone it was, when we all knew that it was inevitably her phone. It was the only phone that was dinging, and then after that there was just a little bit of pushback when I had her copy down the notes for the names. I just wanted to ensure that what the papers that the parents would be receiving this afternoon would be from an actual employee. So I kind of had that be like a practice run for her, and she didn't exactly like that. Kind of felt like wasting time, but I explained to her that it was, since she wasn't an actual employee yet, and this was just kind of better moving forward as like a practice run. Am I missing anything? No, it was just like a drawn out process of the whole time she was here, just a little bit of pushback, but we've definitely seen worse, so. Okay, I'll review the footage myself and make the final decision for myself, but I appreciate both of your feedback and the fact that you took the time to do this for me today. So, I'll be in my office if anyone needs me. Alright, let's see Miss Megan. Okay, so they come in. Everything seems great. We've got, okay, awesome for Sophia. Amazing. Let's skip ahead a little bit. And we've got Megan coming in at Sharon's front desk. Let's switch over to the nursery footage. Okay, let's see. 7. On her phone 7 separate times after being asked not to be on her phone. That is the biggest red flag I think I have ever seen. Unable to follow instructions, and also can't respect the fact that we're not supposed to be on our devices while in the classroom. Okay, well, one of the two is good. Now I get the lovely task of giving a call. Been sitting here for the past 10 minutes contemplating on what to do. I don't know why I'm leaning towards giving her a chance. Do you think I should give her a chance and let her come back and see if that she can redeem herself from the working interview, or try to find someone else? Because inevitably we are going to need somebody else to come and step in for when Lauren needs to go on maternity leave, which is very soon. Sophia is a go, so we can call Sophia and let her know the good news. But do we go with Megan or do we not? Because inevitably this decision is up to you. Hello, Sophia? Yes, this is Debbie from the daycare. Great, I'm doing great. How are you? Amazing. So I have some great news. You did amazing on the working interview. Absolutely wonderful. Excuse me. I was wondering when your first day of availability would be to begin working. I also need to have you come in a little bit beforehand to do some background checks and things like that. But beautiful. I'll see you bright and early then. Lovely. Thank you, Sophia. Amazing. She is eager to get started. She's ready to do background checks tomorrow morning. What do I do about Megan? I agree. Let's just give her a call. Hello, Megan. This is Debbie from the daycare. Just wanted to give you a call back and have a little bit of a conversation about your working interview. Do you have a moment?
Yeah, I'm free.
Amazing. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to jump right on into things, and I have spoken to the girls in the classroom, and they let me know that there was a little bit of a situation with the phone, and I just wanted you to have the opportunity to go ahead and explain yourself to me.
Me and my boyfriend were just excited. He had been texting me since I got there, and I was basically telling him I needed to stop texting, and once she told me to put it away, I put it away, so.
Okay, I did review the footage myself as well, and I see that after it was mentioned to you that the phone be put away, you did take it back out 7 separate times.
7? What, like you counted?
I did, yes.
Honestly, Debbie, that's really weird. Just as weird as Lauren trying to insinuate that I'm in an unsafe relationship because I didn't get off my phone.
I'm sure that Lauren didn't mean anything negative by implying that you were possibly in an unsafe relationship, but more maybe concerned as to why you couldn't put your phone in your bag and leave it there.
I did put my phone in my bag and leave it there, and then she complained about noises it was making.
Well, I mean, it ringing in the middle of class would be a little bit of disruption. I think that we could both agree on that.
If that was the case, then yes, but it wasn't. I mean, I did a great working interview. I was not a disruption.
Okay. And then, also about the written down copies of the papers.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that there was a little bit of pushback on...
There was no pushback. I'm just not a big fan of wasting time. So, I felt like my time was being wasted. I stood up for myself. I'm actually in the middle of something right now, so if there's not any more questions...
I don't actually have any more questions for you. I really do appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, though.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, does this mean that I've got the job?
Well, that decision hasn't exactly been made yet, but I will give you a call very soon to let you know.
Okay, look forward to it.
All right, Megan.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Okay. I should have just told her no there on the phone, but oh no. I gotta call her back. I just get this done now rather than wait and postpone it. Hello, Megan. It is me again, Debbie. Yeah, I just called you just a second ago. I just wanted to... Yep, I know that you're in the middle. I'm so sorry. I know that you're in the middle of doing something right now. I just wanted to let you know that we did decide to go with another applicant. So it's not going to be... We're not going to be able to... Right, correct. Yes, you did not get the job. Okay. Bye-bye. I don't know what just happened there. My brain... Ugh. Okay, now time to tell the girls. Alright, girls, I know you're in the middle of 6,000 different things, but I just wanted to let you know that Sophia has been notified that she's gotten the job, and Megan has been notified that she has not. I tried to get her side of the story on the things, and it was just kind of the exact same story that you guys had told me, but more of excuses. So I think we dodged a bullet with that one. I'm excited to see what Sophia brings to the table. She'll be here bright and early tomorrow morning to go ahead and run through the background check and all that with me in the office, and then we will go from there, and I'll have to figure out another employee. Well, I'll do the math and I'll figure it all out, but I've got someone coming in to cover for me, so... Any questions? I'm really happy to hear about Sophia. She's really seems sweet. I'm assuming she's going to be taking my place. Yes, your place in the nursery for the time being, and then we'll work it out. I need to find, like I said, I need to go through my numbers in my office, but once I've got everything situated, I will let you guys know before any moves are made. But Sophia will be starting tomorrow. I think that's great news that Sophia is coming. And by the way, I think that we did dodge a big bullet because some of these papers were definitely not correct with the names. Missing some too. Unbelievable. Alright, girls, I think that's all that I'll need to be bothering you with this afternoon. Get ready for new beginnings tomorrow morning.